Hey, welcome back to Dukes on Switch. Back today with a pretty special stream and a special guest, XJCloud. Hey, John, welcome.
Hi. Hey, Dukes. Hey, chat.
Today we have Yorion Death Taxes, which I don't believe I've played on stream. I might have played a Yorion style like Esper deck back when a lot of the companions were legal. Um, but otherwise, yeah, haven't had too much experience with it. But obviously, John, you both have experience and some pretty good results with it. This is the list that you took to the showcase, and I
Yeah.
believe did pretty well with it.
Yeah, we went 7 and 2. My breakers were horrible and I got 19th, but
Nice. Well, seven and two is
yeah.
still pretty strong.
Yeah.
Um, what was kind of the first reason that you kind of moved into Yorion away from the 60 card version of D&T?
So I made the swap during a previous era of Legacy back in like November, December, but kind of the height of Oko. And one of my friends queued me into like this really, really good, like grindy Death and Taxes list with Yorion that helped outgrind both like the Rug Delver lists and the million color snow decks. And I played that and like won a challenge with it back in November, and I was really championing it for a long time. And then they banned a bunch of cards, so I was a lot less interested in like the grinding power. Like Delver stopped playing Oko and started playing more aggressively and stuff like that. The format shook up a lot, and you kind of want to have a more like streamlined, proactive game plan, so you don't necessarily need this like big grindy element.
Yeah,
But
that's very true. I mean, Death and Taxes does have a good grind to it, but you kind of add a whole another level when you add Yorion. Uh,
yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of why I'm shifting back to it. A couple of reasons. Um, One is that I do think the format's kind of slowing down again, ignoring like the fact that almost all the combo decks are super fast. That's something Death Taxes never gets to deal with reasonably anyway.
yeah,
Um, there are several like kind of slower blue decks that have been popping up more and more. Just, not just BANT, but we have like the blue white red monkey saga deck. We see a lot of people experimenting with um, the power of just like Ragavan and or Urza Saga in shells that aren't just Delver, like the blue red monkey painter deck that was kind of showing up by a lot of the good grinders during the showcase.
yeah.
But basically, this deck just gets to outplay all of the fair decks and also doesn't lose nearly as much against Delver specifically because you get to play Solitude now. Solitude is secretly like probably the best card, like not maybe not the best, but like one of the most powerful additions to this deck recently.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if you're two for oneing yourself, a lot of the time it's just buying you either so much time or keeping you in the game, which is pretty nice. Especially against a deck like Painter. Sometimes I don't really think you have anything if you are tapped out on Death and Taxes. So to have Solitude as just a way to kind of,
Yeah,
yep, play around that is pretty
I've like
nice.
blown out several people with like zero mana Solitude on like a Painter Servant or a Merit Lage or whatever. But yeah, it just synergizes so well with a bunch of stuff that Yorion is doing because just the Force of Plow half and also just the 5 mana Source of Plowshares and have a 3/2 lifelinker are just both exactly what this deck wants to be doing. And they both work super well with Yorion.
Yeah, definitely. Although it is a 5 drop, this deck is going to make most of its land drops in the early game, so you're not going to be off 5 mana relatively easy. I mean, even Caldra in the normal D&T lists, I've been getting to stages where I can just hardcast it, which, when you're running so many planes, you do get to a stage where, yeah, you are just hitting your land drops and you can cast these bigger spells for kind of their non-cheat cost.
Yeah. Especially against like Solitude just lines up so well because even the slower decks are still very creature dense. Solitude just once you get to 5 mana against Bant or the Saga decks or whatever, you just cast your thing, exile their Ice-Fang Coatl, their Endurance, their Uro, their Murktide Regent or whatever, and then they have to deal with your 3/2 life linker still.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially with the life gain. It's kind of a 6 point swing, especially against like Delver. Like to have that is just so huge.
Yeah. Often you'll very often get to either like a Vial on 5 with your Yorion or just get to that Sage Reaper top decking, and then if you have 5 mana, your Solitude will just wreck them.
Yeah, yeah, pretty sweet. I can see that the sideboard is pretty combo heavy. I assume this is because you believe that the main deck is pretty well built for some of the creature-based and sort of more fair decks.
Yeah, this is something I kind of tried on a whim, and it ended up just working out extremely well. I played a more normal looking, like Death and Taxes-y sideboard with like Rest in Pieces and like, Ether Sworn Canonist and a couple extra like bullets for Recruit of the Guard to find in like combo matchups. But I played through 3 leagues. I went 4-1 in all of them. And my losses were just all the decks that killed me on turn 1. So it's just like, this deck already beats the crap out of everyone trying to play fair. So why not just just commit my whole sideboard to not dying on turn 1, basically? Because on the other end of the spectrum, like I was just talking about how great and how slow a lot of the blue decks are becoming. The combo decks are getting really, really fast lately. Like the most popular combo decks are like Doomsday and Tess and like Ruby Storm, Oops All Spells, stuff like that. Death and Taxes like could never beat those decks like planning on casting your Rest in Peace on turn 2 or whatever. You kind of need this like turn 0 to 1 hate to keep up with them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm a huge fan of Deafening Silence. And although there are cards like Canonist, which are nice because they're both Disruption and Pressure, you can find them through Recruiter. They have a little bit more like flexibility around decks like Elves as well. But Deafening Silence is just like a 1-mana turn 1 play against combo is so good.
Mm-hmm.
That is just, really nice to have. Especially for Maverick. I mean, we also have a lot of sort of plays around the 2 CMC cost. So to have that turn 1 play is really nice. Especially when it doesn't really hit us.
Yeah.
Don't really care about it too much. How have you been finding the Modern Horizons cards? Obviously, you've been a big fan of Caldra and Solitude. Did you try any others out?
There was a very brief moment that I played one of Sanctifier Envec in this deck as like a recruiter bullet that you could kind of main deck. It's got pro red, could have text against like Delver or whatever, but it turned out to just be really weak. And I cut it like very quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I played that in Legacy Humans as a target, and it was okay, but a lot of the times it was either too slow or I just ratted the actual graveyard hate out of the board.
But it's kind of where this deck ended up. I cut a lot of like the cute bullets in like the decks that I was talking about like back last year. This deck had like a decent chunk of 1-ofs in the main deck. There was an Ethersworn Canonist, like a Walking Ballista, a Remorseful Cleric and stuff, but this is like just way more streamlined to beat fair decks. You can see like it's almost all 4-ofs outside of the equipment package. Like Charming Prince is basically just a 5th Wisp. Give River is just a 5th Mom. Just like everything else is just like, I just want all of these cards all the time.
Yeah, I really like that. I'm a huge fan of consistency, especially for fair decks.
So this helps out in the consistency of like having an 80 card deck too. It's inherently less consistent, right? But if you just play a bunch of the card that has the same effect anyway, then you kind of try to smooth that out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit like a white Xerox deck.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Cool. I guess the other card that I want to talk about was Peacekeeper, which is pretty sweet. I know there's some decks that might have an issue with it, like Elves, which is pretty nice, and maybe some of the Hogak / Lizard decks post board.
Peacekeeper could stand to like maybe be cut. It's kind of a relic of just there was a lot more like Hogak and Elves, like you were saying when I was like first building these decks, but it's been okay. It doesn't come in a whole lot, but it is a really nice bullet to have, and you do just get to like deck out some people. Typically, the play pattern is you get to recruiter for Peacekeeper, but that's not necessarily good enough for Elves or Hogak because they have like Assassin Trophies or Abrupt Decays or Altar of Dimensions or whatever. But because you have a recruiter in play and you have Yorion, you buy yourself a bunch of time with a Peacekeeper to get Yorion, flicker the recruiter, and then get Prelate, and then Prelate basically hard locks them. So that was kind of the plan for a couple of matchups with this deck that were kind of weaker, like Elves and Hogak at some point. So it does line up pretty well versus the Madness decks now too, although they do have post-board Firestorms, but kind of the same play pattern. If you just get like Peacekeeper plus Prelate, eventually you can just kind of lock them out of the game.
Yeah, very true. That's a nice one. All right, let's get into some leagues or some games and see how this performs. It does look really clean, which is nice. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, I am very happy with this list particularly. I've been experimenting with some other stuff. I tweeted about playing like a Saga list, but still a little bit under development.
Yeah, you got 2/4 with that list.
Yeah, Saga has some weird tensions with Death Taxes in general, and especially with Yorion, because Saga is such a mana hungry card, and so is everything else in Death Taxes.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you do get some good value out of it, but you do also lose a land at the end of it, so that can add up.
This deck is very happy just like having like 6 lands in play all the time, so kind of win some, lose some, but the card's also nuts, so it's definitely worth trying out.
Yeah, I see some people playing it in the green-white depths lists, which is interesting, as like an extra way to grind. We do have to show our companion. Nice. Oh, okay. Straight up to the one land of Isle.
Right from the get-go, huh? I typically don't like keeping these hands, actually.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
They're a little bit, like, obviously, I think on the draw, this is just a snap mulligan every time. On the play, you can, like, get to sit here and, like, hem and haw about it a little bit. But I think this deck wins so many more of its games where you just get to, like, hit your land drops that you're kind of fine taking a mulligan from, like, a medium-ish hand.
Yeah, like definitely. This. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of that. It also means that if, like, worst case the Isle gets, like, countered, then we are pretty, in a pretty tough spot.
Yeah, I'm more happy with this hand.
Yeah, I assume we're just dropping a second Caracas here.
Easy bottom second Caracas.
Yeah, nice. It's always nice to be back on Death and Taxes. Any sort of reasoning on first land? I guess just plains because it plays around like a wasteland or something.
Yeah. Always just default to playing out the basics unless you have a good reason not to.
Tarn for me always means Delver, but obviously a snow-covered island doesn't. Okay.
Cool.
So against the deck, like, I assume this is going to be Miracles in quotation marks, because a lot of these decks aren't playing Miracles anymore. Is there any thought of playing Thalia with Caracas up, rather than playing it as a 2-drop, or do you just want to slam it and get that pressure going?
Definitely context dependent. Like, if we had another 2-drop, then maybe it's better to play one over the other or something, but in most situations like this, I'm happy just slamming Thalia.
Yeah. Would you play the port?
Yes, because if our Thalia lives next turn, there's very likely that we're just going to play Caracas on turn 3 and attack.
Yeah, perfect. Nice.
A lot of players will wait to cast their instants at instant speed, so even if they have Plow, they might just go land go, and they will get blown out if we get to our main phase.
Yeah, it's very true. I guess port is another way to use our turn 2, but then, sword to your opponent just playing around.
What you should do as a Miracles player.
Yeah.
Instants don't always need to be cast at instant speed.
Yeah, I definitely have a few opponents who like to try to wait to end step to make sure we don't have a second one. But, I assume again just plains pass.
Yeah, we're just gonna port. At some point we want to probably put Yorion in our hand, but not right now. Our opponent's still developing, so we can easily port blue to try to gum them up.
Yeah. I have started using port on MTGO by targeting the land first and then activating, because there are a few times where I've accidentally targeted the land that I've used to activate port with port.
A lot of portenting. I'm wondering if they are just like straight blue-white. Like classic Miracles style.
Now that our opponent has 2 blue, I assume we're going to start going after the plains.
Don't know if we're scared of anything with white mana, right?
Yeah.
We'll just keep porting the island right now.
Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe if it's an old school deck with like counterbalance, it's definitely a reason to keep them off double blue.
And just like make their cantrip sculpting a little bit more annoying.
And then land off the top, most likely this means we put your own into hand and then hold up port again.
Yep, I'm pretty content just waiting here for a little bit. It's going to be a little awkward if we don't draw lands. We've drawn 2 Swords of Plowshares, which are not the most exciting card in the matchup. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Not great. This is one of those moments where you definitely don't want to grab Cultra.
Hmm.
Assuming this resolves at all, which it very well may not.
Just good old counterspell.
Good old-fashioned counterspell, yeah. My opponent just looks like they are just on, like, actual miracles.
I guess my only thought for going for white here is something like Teferi, but on this board we don't really care about it.
Teferi would be kind of annoying. Maybe with triple blue it's fine porting the planes.
Yeah. I guess it also means if they don't have access to white during our turn and we draw something like Thalia, then they do have to untap to get rid of it if they don't want to counterspell it.
Be more worried about something like Mentor. I mean, our hand is well equipped to beat exactly Mentor and nothing else. Mentor is the least of my concerns right now.
Alright, so they find Teferi.
So I got a Teferi with the Narset. It's like kind of annoying. There are all our magic cards. I'm not super keen on Skyclaving this Narset, but I also don't like them drawing more cards. But like if we Skyclave the Narset, it's just very easy for them to just go Teferi minus on your Skyclave. I have a 3/3, your board's empty.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of annoying because if we go Skyclave on Narset, they untap, play Teferi, bounce the Skyclave. We have the swords, but we can't swords in the same turn. Yeah, which is pretty tough.
So I think I would just decide that this Narset gets to find 2 cards and recruit something. The question then would be, what do you want to recruit her for?
Yeah, because we can definitely try to get value like Flickwisp, or we can try to go for something like Mother of Runes, just to get 2 bodies on the field.
Yeah, I'll definitely at least cast the Recruiter, because we don't even know what's going to resolve, so no use expending brain power.
That's fair.
Alright, now we get to look at her deck. We could even grab something like Palace Jailer. If they're on like classic Miracles.
Yeah, that's very true.
Jailer well.
Yeah.
We also have like 900 removal spells in our hand, so it may be hard for them to take back Monarchy.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
We had Palace Jailer in this list. I cut it from mine for a 33rd land, but this is I forget the name, but some other person also played Yorion Taxes 2, 7, and 2.
Intrigued. Interesting.
How many angels does this make? 2? 3?
3?
I never remember. 3 is kind of a lot, but we do have a lot of Swords to Plowshares. We can like plow next turn Jailer or something.
Yeah, or I mean, we even have like Plow Solitude Jailer if it's really bad.
Yeah, it's not great if they have Mystic Sanctuary in their deck.
Yeah, that's a big one.
But well, kind of in for drawing a land here, because then we could plow. No reason to ever fire off Solitude End Step, since it's literally free. We can just untap and make better decisions.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking of Force of Vigor kind of esque rules where you can only play it on their turn.
Yeah. So the land here is great. I mean, if they have Forcible, it's kind of a bummer, but if they don't, we get to plow. We get to Jailer one, plow the other, and kill the Narcissus so we can start drawing.
Yeah. Would you plow first?
Because
if you plow first and they have 1 angel left and they counter the Jailer, then at least they can't get...
Yeah, there's a world where they would let the Jailer resolve and then have a force for the plow, so you'd plow first, but then if they force the Jailer, we're similarly sad, but that's our life. Everyone has Teferi and Jace in hand, we can't really take it that easy.
Yeah, and thankfully here, we can also, hopefully if this resolves...
Yeah,
of course.
Here.
I assume we're not going to Solitude.
Yeah, taking the Narcissus off the board doesn't really matter. We have basically no cards in our deck that draw a card, so...
Exactly. Was Jailer, but that's off the table.
We'll probably end up having to like hardcast the Solitude to declare an angel. Or we'll more likely probably have to end up casting Skyclave this turn to kill this Jace.
Yeah, pretty cool to see blue-white. Haven't seen like just a traditional blue-white list in a long time. There's a lot of
obviously, it was a lot of fun playing against these lists. It just harkens back to an Age of Legacy that we don't really get to see anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels like a lot of the decks in current era Legacy just get to slam terrifying threats every turn.
So opponents here has missed a land drop for 2 turns, which is kind of nice. So I think here it's just going to be Skyclave the Jace.
And then pass, yeah.
They still have a Teferi in hand and 3 unknowns. Okay.
Another force. Yeah, these are games that you definitely just lose when you get a little bit behind on the board at the beginning.
Yeah, I do like Skyclave, that it gives the deck a bit of reach. But, yeah, it can be tough once they have, especially a 4/4 in play. Just a kind of annoying threat. But
Opponent has gone Planeswalker into Angels into Chase. If that isn't slamming terrifying threats, what is? I mean, yes, fair, but also, like, every card that our opponent has cast is, like, less scary than, like, 1 Uro on average.
Trifecta.
Just ticks up. We to cast a Solitude and probably die horribly.
I guess that's kind of nice. I guess it means we can hard cast Solitude here, take out the Angel, attack the Narset, and then just play second Krakus to port them.
I don't even know if I'd play the second Krakus to port them. But
Okay.
I mean, I would definitely do the first part for sure. I don't know if I would attack the Narset though. Narset's not doing anything, right? The only card in our deck that draws a card right now is sort of Fire and Ice. Narset has no other text.
Yeah. Okay. Another force.
Okay, third force. Well, all right, you can concede.
I'll take one more step, and I just want to see if we find any more cards that they're playing.
Yeah, we can.
Because even if they do something like a fetch into like end step entreat for snapshot.
Actual Snapcaster range. All right, interesting.
Now I think we can.
Yeah. All right. We're good here. Yeah, when they play Jace and then force all your next 3 cards, you just kind of die. That's how it goes.
Yeah, pretty funny. When it was blue-white, I thought those swords were going to be kind of dead, but it kind of worked out in a way that it was pretty good. They just had the forces that allowed them to really stabilize. Fetch. You know what, John?
They have Snapcaster Mates in their hand. This Wisp isn't going to do anything. You can put Yorion on your hand if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. I just want to see the Sanctuary. That's all I want to see.
I feel like they just won't show it to us. Maybe they will. Maybe they just want to kill us. Get the game over with.
It's 3 islands, right? 3 islands, it comes in untapped.
Yeah.
Tundra. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Come on, opponent. I am very much a it's not over till it's over kind of player. But at the same time, I don't want to show the opponent anything that this deck might be playing that they're not aware of.
I'm all about... Sometimes, it kind of depends. Oftentimes, if you're playing against like less experienced pilots on Moto, these games will just drag on forever, and you can legitimately time out some control players, but our opponent seems very competent in what they're doing, so I don't think that that's on the table.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. What in regard to the boarding, what sort of cards do you like for this matchup?
Favorite thing about this sideboard is that it's really easy. You just bring in the one Council's Judgment versus Fair decks, and you just cut a card basically at random.
Yeah, cool.
All right, we're gonna attack this Jace. Maybe it'll connect. We never know.
It's the best part of Magic, John. You never know. What's this gonna be?
Maybe we Technically, we don't know. This
Oh, it could be
Snapcaster
Prismatic End.
doesn't
No, it can't be Prismatic
beat
End.
the Jace, or Snapcaster Mage doesn't beat the Wisp currently.
Yeah, they have to
There's no
brainstorm.
plow, it's just they're just gonna like Terminus us.
Oh, like an instant speed Ponder. Okay.
Yeah, they need to be bond with the Teferi. Are they just gonna Terminus our one Wisp boy?
I guess if we really snuffed out Terminus, we could Field of Ruin in response.
Oh yeah, that's probably. Well, they don't have it. It's actually a play that they just have Plowshare. It's a play that actually comes up more often than it doesn't. But yeah, I'm just casting Yorion here because we can protect it at least.
Yeah. Nice.
Make our 4/5 flyer. Except then they can even just Teferi it or Jace it, or none of our decisions really matter here. They did 2 turns ago.
There's the Terminus.
Oh, they also have the Terminus. Sure.
All right, I think we're gonna pack it up here. there is some merit to playing on, but
if you draw like 3 Skyclaves in a row, you're still probably dead. But yeah, board in the Council Judgment. Occasionally board in like one other card depending on the matchup, but this one, yeah, it's just the Council Judgment. I would probably gonna plow, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Generally, versus a lot of the BANT decks and stuff, I'll just keep in all of my removal spells, but they're like on actual old-fashioned miracles where these bugs are gonna have very little targets. So I'm happy with doing that.
That's very true. And at least the other removal, like Skyclave or Solitude, is also just, it does have a plan B. It can be a threat. It can hit non-creature permanents. So
yeah, Skyclave's great in this matchup. They're like almost all of their scary things are just Skyclaveable, Jace, Monastery Mentor, or whatever. I guess that's a reason to maybe keeping all the plows to expecting post-board mentors.
Yeah, okay.
Something to think about. We haven't seen them yet, but
all right. We got this, John.
Not with this hand, we don't.
No. It is nice we hit all the land drops when we have some plays, but this is really like if this was like a vial.
This. I don't think blue-white miracles is a matchup I would keep this though.
Yeah.
You played turn 2 Charming Prince, Scry to stuff. Nah, I'm not into this. We have so many better cards in our deck. Like all of these.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to bottom 3rd land here. A move that's greedy and was bottom plow, but I'm just always scared of Mentor.
Yeah, Mentor, and even something like Containment Priest is kind of annoying against the Vial start.
That's true.
And we do have a lot of lands in the deck, so even if we go turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Stoneforge, or just hold up.
Yeah.
2 mana, it's pretty good.
I think I'm okay bottoming plans here.
Nice.
Yeah, Chila. It's possible we just could shave a mom instead. I do value mom a little bit more versus like these like Terminus heavy decks because of Kaldra. Just getting a Kaldra in play is huge.
Yeah. Kaldra's so nice. I've been really enjoying that card.
Kaldra is... I would not cast my spell here.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy just passing with with Vial open. Also, just Snow-Covered Plains, 100% just means Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, just like I'm never casting. I hate casting spells into opponent's mana bases.
Interesting.
A little shaky this time around. Are you someone that likes to fake out people with Aether Vial?
Yeah, just in case they had Containment Priest.
That fair, yeah. I do
that was
less than I should. I know a lot of people that do it more than they should, but the optimal is obviously like actually sniffing out when it's correct to. Like right there, I definitely agree. I think that's absolutely correct to activate it right there. But it's something that I would just like never would have done because it's so hardwired in me.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. What are your thoughts on just Recruiter here for like another Recruiter?
It's not bad. I think I'm fine with it. We did kind of pump fake the Containment Priest. And even it's not the end of the world, even if they do have Containment Priest for the Stoneforge next turn.
I guess Charming Prince is the other consideration, but they're going to Swords in response, so that kind of just means that that's no longer a consideration.
I'm just happy converting their plow into nothing. Grab another Recruiter. Continue to sit here.
I'm going to assume they have a second player. If they kept a hand with no blue sources.
Yeah, it's super likely their hand is just flooded with removal spells.
Yeah. Does that mean that for the Stoneforge Mystic, you'd rather go for something like Sword of Fire and Ice?
Yeah, that's exactly what the sword's in the deck for at this point.
Nice.
Sword of Fire and Ice has lost a lot of power in recent years, but one of the matchups that it still shines is
Yeah.
The very slow control matchup, especially like people always do.
I don't like it.
Watch the trigger.
I hate it.
To.
Exactly, because like if we're gonna get something like a Batterskull or a Caldra, sure, then you can do it. But this just obviously means we're gonna get a smaller equipment. So
yeah, exactly. What if I was about to grab Caldra and then you plot it and I'm like, well, now I'm never gonna grab Caldra clearly, but like
yeah.
some people.
But opponent's still off blue mana. Just
yeah,
huge.
Opponent kept a loose one here. They keep just like 2 white sources, and, like 3 plows or something. I'm down to just cast this Sword of Fire and Ice, I think.
Exactly, yeah. It makes this recruiter so good.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to answer our vial, so we just get to like flood the board with recruiter, and we can just keep chaining recruiters. This is like the classic anti-miracles plan was a vial on 3, Sword of Fire and Ice, and a recruiter to the guard.
Yeah. What's recruiter getting? Just another recruiter?
We're getting another recruiter.
Yeah, cool. Nice. That's what Magic's all about.
Yeah, this is Magic they don't get to play anymore. Recruiter for recruiter for recruiter.
Just gonna keep this at 3. Okay.
Now, yeah, just equipping and attacking. They run out of plows.
They must have.
Wow, even better.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, yeah, this game's over. Play our mom. Say go.
Yeah.
Dream.
And having Wisp up is just so nice. Or second recruiter if really needed.
Yeah, we have infinite options. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
that is going to save some time, which is more than fair. Tough. I think, like, what was that, turn 5? You would assume if you keep a 2-lander white source with double sword that you can buy enough time to draw into that blue source, but sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah. I would have maybe kept like 2 plows is like, I don't know. I don't know if 2 plows ever just like beats D&T.
Yeah, especially with the deck now, it has so much value that the 1-for-1 isn't that great.
Yeah, if they had like Force of Will too, so like they could also have beaten a vial, then maybe. But they didn't have anything. It was just like 2 white sources, 2 plows, and like 3 just random blue cards, I guess. This hand's a little dicey. Very dicey.
Yeah, I think a 6 would be quite nice with a Aether Vial. Ah!
This is better at least.
Yeah, I assume it's just going to be the second Skyclave that's in control. Does also mean that Aether Vial is actually a really nice draw, so...
Yeah, we'll draw on turn 1, it's fine.
It happens.
All good Death Taxes players know to draw Aether Vial.
Oh, they went to 5 as well.
Oh, I didn't see that. Alright. Things looking better for us, certainly. Did not see them mulling to 5. I am in the market for casting Charming Prince here.
Okay, and just making sure we hit our land drops?
Yeah, I just want to hit land drops.
Yep.
I just want to get ahead of the opponent here. I don't think... They have mana up too, so like casting Stoneforge is like, sure, they can plow it, but whatever. If they plow this Prince, it doesn't really bottom the heck out of these cards.
Yeah. Especially because we have the Skyclave. If they do have something like a Mental next turn, we don't really need the sword either.
I mean, we don't necessarily have the Skyclave, but yes.
Yeah, that's true. Do need the white source
for Skyclave, but
happy to 6 here.
do they have a spell?
I'm going to say that because of the Prismatic Vista, they're not playing Mystic Sanctuary.
That was I kind of thought about that as well. 2 mana. Oh,
Prismatic Ending. That is more than fun.
Yeah, this is exactly why I wanted to play our... We got value out of our Scry. We have all of our mana that we need now.
This is always an interesting one because obviously it's nice to use all our mana for the Recruiter, but also getting down the Stoneforge is pretty tempting.
Yeah.
Even if we go like if we can Stoneforge here for like sort of Fire and Ice, and then next turn if we draw a land, it means we can Stoneforge for Kaldra and then use the other one to put it into play if our opponent has nothing.
Yeah. I'm always tempted to like I'm not super interested in the Recruiter here because we have a lot of good cards in our hand already. We don't necessarily need like to target. Like we could go a Recruiter for Wisp or whatever. Which actually may be slightly more advisable, but I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm definitely interested in like removal checking our opponent with 2 Stoneforges in hand. If we just slam the Stoneforge and grab Kaldra and say, okay, answer this, and then also answer the next Stoneforge Mystic. Like,
yeah,
they don't have that many cards left.
Yeah, they only have 3 cards. That's very true. And like, sure, if this Stoneforge gets taken out, we have the second one to put in Kaldra, which is really nice.
Yeah, exactly.
And for every sword they use, it's 1 less for the germ, which is kind of cool.
Not Prismatic Ending, Steve Rush. Prismatic Vista, the fetch land.
Yeah, sorry.
We'd just be playing off-color blue fetches if they had Mystic Sanctuary, right? There's a chance they might just like want more things that have access to that snow-covered plains, and they're playing some split of off-colored blue and Prismatic Vistas. But makes
Johnny,
it less likely, if anything.
John, are you a fan of snow-covered plains?
I'm not a fan of snow-covered plains at all.
I think that's a Japanese player who plays 1 in their D&T list, and it always comes up every now and then.
Sometimes it's like 1 or 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Ending. It's the worst. Ugh. Land? Yes.
Land here is nice, because it also means we can port the plains, which kind of forces them, if they don't have another white source, to get a Tundra, which opens them up to Wasteland.
Yes. And now we can get like a real equipment, like sort of Fire and Ice here.
Yeah, nice.
But we are just...
There is some thought that, like, tapping down the plains here, if they do have swords, they're just going to use it.
If they have swords, they just get to fire it off, yeah.
Yeah.
But it also means if they draw swords, it's more awkward for them and stuff.
Yeah, very true.
Don't play... And, I mean, you can play... Oh, this is really...
More than fine. Especially with 1 card in hand, they can't have...
Force. So yeah, we just get to slam Skyclave if we're fine. Play a split of planes and snow-covered plains if you want to, but don't pretend it's because you want to not get predicted. Fractions of a percent that matter. And this is coming from someone who literally got predicted for basic planes and got hit by Reed Duke in a Legacy challenge. I still won't split.
What's this going to be? Oh, Teferi Bounce is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but also, like, kind of okay cashing in the Skyclave again.
Yeah. If we draw a 3rd land, what's your thoughts on Recruiter for Wisp and then Wisp Recruiter?
Kind of interested in just recruiting Stoneforge and playing a Stoneforge to just keep putting culture pressure on them.
Yeah,
especially because
cool.
we already have the 5 mana. If we have a 6th, if we draw a land, that's definitely more interesting.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
But recruit Stoneforge here is just like a great line.
As a D&T player, are you worried at all about the red?
No. Red's probably just hitting 3 drops with Prismatic Ending and then like has Pyroblasts for mirrors or whatever.
Yeah.
I doubt there's like a Pyroclasm or something in this list.
If we tap like this, means that if the Recruiter gets countered, we can still port.
Just happy getting Stoneforge Mystic.
Where are you?
They can't kill all of them. Probably.
I guess we should also see what the Portent did.
I think it says shuffled after top, so they kept, I believe.
Okay. I guess Batterskull's also quite nice because it's just a card we can cast.
Yeah, I might have grabbed Batterskull there, but it's a little marginal. I think.
Sorry, John. I apologize. Just really letting down the stream. That's it. Cool. I feel like Kaldra is the equivalent of like questing beast for D&T players. Just so much fun to play, and a lot of cards are like, I can't deal with this.
I've had so many people set a stop in your draw step.
Okay.
there's a world that we need to port this Tundra to make sure that they don't have Plow Up, so we can kill someone with Cauldron this turn. Okay, no, they have a second land. Never mind.
1 card left. I guess they could have Brainstorm into Terminus, and what we could do is if they Brainstorm, we could tap down the fetch. And then we still have 3 mana left over for both an activation and play Giver.
Possible. I think we're in our draw step, by the way, still. But
We are.
I mean, it's still fine to put in Cauldron here.
Sorry. I have to redo my stops all the time because of the undo issue with MTGO, which is pretty rough. Okay.
Imagine being a poor player not always having a port stop on your draw step. I can't have a stop on my draw step all the time. It's so bad. I think we're attacking the Narset here.
Cool.
Right. You don't really want them to draw an extra card, I think, because even if they block, trample over for 2 and then puts the Narset at 1.
Yeah, very true. So there's really no real need to block here, yeah.
Yeah, they will just won't block if they don't have removal for it. All right. So we could just put Yorion in our hand here. Did they keep on the Ponder?
Ponder chose to shuffle. Okay, yeah.
Okay, shuffle and Ponder. So they don't know the top of the card of their library. So I'm a little bit more... I'm a little happier, like, tapping out for random stuff. Yorion was probably... It's probably insurance for, like, if they had Terminus us here, then we could just untap Yorion, Cauldron.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Have 2 giant threats still, but the fact that they don't know the top card of the library means that's less likely, so... But I'm also not super interested in, like, casting any of the other spells in our hand right now anyway, so... Well, they do have Mystic Sanctuary, but they don't have a Terminus, right? They're just gonna, like, Prismatic Ending the Germ. What is that getting?
Brainstorm.
Brainstorm? Sure. I don't... We do have to be worried about getting Terminus now, I think, then. Something to...
Yeah, because it's not like they shuffled into a Terminus, because they can just hardcast it. They don't need to Brainstorm it back on top of their deck. They can actually do it at instant speed as well, which is pretty crazy.
3 mana. Second Mentor. Or...
Mentor plan makes me think they're not on Terminus, but it could just be to save a bit of...
We'll just attack
pressure.
the Teferi, I think, before we do anything else. It's a nice draw. Yeah, I'm fine in attacking the Teferi and seeing what happens. Their last card in hand is like Plow for the Germ or something. It looks like it is.
Ending.
Yeah, Prismatic Ending, sure. Then we can just Skyclave.
Mentor?
Yeah. And that's what I was talking about. When they like bounced our Skyclave, like this is the same Skyclave that killed the first Mentor, right? Like, very happy just playing the long game here and getting a second use out of this Skyclave again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
I think I'm fine just playing Giver, and I guess we could actually put in sort of Fire Nice, maybe. Just like not even port. I don't really, not super interested in porting at this stage of the game, right?
Yeah, that's fair enough. So you can play
Unless
Giver,
we're
then
trying
just
to-
hold up 2 mana.
Yeah, unless we're trying to like cut mana. They do know their top cards. Maybe it's like a little bit work, but like I don't really care if they Terminus me that badly here. Because like they're losing their 2 of their creatures too. They get a 3/3, but we get to put in sort of Fire Nice, untap, and then Yorion or Cauldron with Caracas up.
Yeah, it's tough because even tapping down a land here means they can just Terminus at instant speed anyway.
Yeah. I'm not that worried about getting Wrathed at this point. They have nothing. Second Mystic Sanctuary? Nope.
Interesting, no cards. They're going to bounce the Giver?
Sure.
That's
Just a
fine.
draw card.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all fine. To put in our sort of Fire Nice here.
Nice.
This would be kind of a nice spot to put in a Batter Skull, but
Yeah, it would be.
I think this sort of Fire Nice is doing just fine. What are we equipping to Stoneforge.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, we also have the mana for Jide as well if we really wanted to. But
I think I'm fine just preparing for like worst case scenarios, recruiting up like maybe another Skyclave even or something.
Yeah.
To answer like a Jace or a third mentor or something crazy.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I'm just hitting them first and seeing what happens. They'll block with the monk most likely. But at this point, I just want like Terminus insurance, and I want to be able to answer their next threat.
So yeah, Recruiter for... I guess we could Recruiter for Prelate, but that does narrow it down pretty bad. Just on 6 isn't that great.
Hoarding doesn't top end tree, right? It's only double white.
It did last turn, I believe, because they didn't have the extra land. Yeah.
That's maybe something to think about. Yeah, maybe they're talking about last turn. I think I'm happy. I think
Wisp
might actually be kind of nice.
Yeah.
I'm not super keen on Wisp. I guess we already have the Skyclave in play, like we'd Yorion it. Probably might just be nice to stop Terminus and just like really put this game away.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hit that red. It turns
yeah,
off,
because then they can't prismatic ending the sort of Fire Nice for however much that's worth.
Yeah.
I guess we could have got Jailer. I kind of forget. Okay, they're just dead. Nice.
Yeah, Jailer's pretty nice as well because it's not like they can... I guess if they have like something like Miracle, Terminus, and then like Snappy, but we have so many creatures to rebuild the board with that it's pretty hard for them to get in with.
I think most roads led to Rome at that stage.
They did, John. They did. Nice. That was a good one. That was pretty grindy as well. And obviously with 2 people talking as well, it can take some extra time. So nice to get that one with 5 or 6 minutes on the clock, which is cool. All right. Are you a coffee fan?
No, I'm not a big coffee guy.
John, gotta convert you. What about tea?
My wife loves tea. I'm not the biggest.
Okay,
I just drink water. I'm not a big fan of beverages. No,
Nice.
No beer, no coffee, no tea. Not for me.
John.
Sorry if I'm breaking your heart.
It's fine. we good.
It's kind of mopey. We have a Wasteland Anapor, which is like kind of interesting. This other Caracas was like a basic plains. I might be a little bit more interested in this, but I might just fire it off. It's a little loose, but
yeah, it's kind of weird, but
we got stuff.
What do you think about Cracker's Pass?
What, try to get him to wasteland us?
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like our opponent might be on lands, but I'm not too sure.
Not.
Yeah.
The lands matchup is not very good with this deck.
Trop, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, what's Verdant Trop Ponder mean?
Maybe Infect?
Some bug deck, maybe?
Yeah. Chose not to shuffle.
Makes me less inclined to want to wasteland them, but...
Portent Spirit?
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Aluren? Aluren's a good one.
Oh, yeah, Aluren, maybe.
Steve saying Bug Delver. Nice.
Could be Bug Delver. Oh, okay,
Snow
not
covered.
Bug Delver.
Okay. Well, this is actually pretty nice, because now we can just definitely attack and then wasteland and port.
Wait, no. We wasteland first, because if we don't want to attack into Ice Coatl.
Yeah, that's very true. I guess it wouldn't have Death Touch, but it is an X1 and an X1.
It would, yes, it would still trade with our Spirit.
Look at that, John.
And now I think Stoneforge for Cauldra, they just have a basic 4. It seems kind of hard for them to answer a Stoneforge Mystic here.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, they could get like Black Source Decay, obviously, but...
Don't say it, John.
Putting that pressure on them is fine. Fetch. Exactly.
John, come on. Come on, John. Come on, John. Okay. Ice Fang, Abrupt Decay, Ponder.
Their mana's kind of bad, though.
Yeah.
Problem is that we don't have anything that can attack into an Ice Fang Coatl.
Correct. Unless we trade the first spirit for the second.
Maybe that's possibly interesting. We also like played Prelate on a number.
Yeah.
We don't really know though, because if they're actually on like Aluren or something, we would want to put this Prelate in 4, right? But if they're just on like a weird bug deck, we'd want to put it on like 1 or 2, right?
Yeah. Chat saying 2. Abrupt
Oh yeah, one of their 1-drops are already called to the spirit because of the cantrips and stuff.
That's very true. So 2 kind of just turns off a lot of removal.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward if they are on specifically Aluren, but it's kind of hard to deduce that. And I definitely want to play my 3-drop here, more mana efficient. We can like next turn we can play our 2-drop plus support still. Yeah,
definitely. I assume if we are going to attack with the spirit, then we'll play the spirit pre-main phase in case they have something like a.
Okay, so they gotta be like Aluren, right?
Yeah.
Birds of Paradise in their deck.
Or some wacky Maverick deck, but no one plays Maverick.
Blue mana now. Well, I mean, not now, but next turn. I think I would play my spirit pre-combat.
Yeah, I don't want to trade and then have like a force. Oh, that is going to concede.
Hey, we won! Got him. Outplayed.
Come on. Yep. They've opened the stream, they've seen me and gone, oh, we can do this, and then there's someone featuring XJCloud, and they're like, no, concede. Oh.
Got him.
What happened?
No, they conceded the whole match.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I guess that's somewhere to be.
I've never had that happen to me before.
Something come up. You know?
That's classic.
Yeah, they don't want to play against you. They're looking at their hand of like 3 brainstorms, like, wow, this fucking sucks.
Well, I guess it was a good keep after all. I've never had that before. All right. Didn't even get to untap. Hey, Wolf. Yeah, I guess on FedEx it doesn't usually happen, so... Hey, Tim Chalice. A huge thing to all the new followers as well. Tim Chalice, Frederick, GM, SPO, Midjorn.
I forgot to post your... I don't know if you posted in the D&T Discord, but I sure didn't. Let me go. Whoops. Definitely did not. All right.
Damn, John. Oh, this is a stunner.
Oh yeah, Sense Gas.
Very D&T-esque. Hopefully draw a Wasteland? Yeah, Wasteland would be sweet. Okay, I'm going to assume this is either... I'm going to put them on Ant. But basic Island straight away. Maybe something like Doomsday?
Luckily for us, we have exactly one choice here regardless.
Yeah.
We don't have to make any decisions. We're going to cast our spells and pray that we don't die.
Should have seen what they did as well. Doesn't really matter because we can't really do anything else, but one top, one bottom,
top
and...
off last turn. Oh, okay. Doomsday or Ant. Ant. Looking more like Ant.
Yeah, it could also be Sneak and Show.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it could be Sneak.
Just want to play around.
Against Sneak. Much better against Ant. Hey, we take off that draw step stop. Unless you want to be, like, lackey and just keep it all the time.
Force Pitch Days. Okay, maybe this is like...
Sneak. Attack. Battle Mom.
And I assume if they show here, we just flicker.
Yeah, I mean, if they cast show until, I think we just die, but...
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm still mostly dead, but...
We have Skyclave. Here we go.
Get him. Skyclave right now.
Skyclave. Kind of.
Nothing.
Yeah, we get to tap down a Volk.
So the trick here is that we don't want to tap the Volcanic until after they've put a thing into play. We want to tap the second Volcanic.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if we tap a Volcanic, they just activate. Although technically they're supposed to activate Sneak Attack inside the beginning of combat step.
Yes, very correct.
and then we can't, and then we get attacked by the Emrakul or whatever, or they just have Grizzlebrand and none of our decisions matter and we die.
Or an extra. Or they have nothing.
They have nothing.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't think about that. All right.
I'm gonna tap down the fetch.
Get them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't think they care. All right, they have literally nothing. If that's the case, they also have 3 red sources now with the Misty, so like none of our plays with Karakas matter. I think we just want to dead them, right?
Yeah. So I guess we can go for land, Flick Wisp, or we can go for sword. Hold up Karakas.
Play Flicker Wisp, and next turn we can just tap out for sword.
Yeah.
Although we have 2 ports now, so we could just play the Flicker Wisp here and then have like double port plus Karakas as like our anti-sneak attack. I think our best bet is just to like get them dead though. So attack them for 1, play our 4th land, cast Flicker Wisp.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any reason, because if they draw a creature, like Show and Tell is definitely off the board. I don't think there's any reason for them to cast Show and Tell now that they have sneak attack, unless they have like a Cunning Wish line. But I don't think keeping the Flicker Wisp in hand for something like Show and Tell is that relevant, so we might as well just get it into play.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm happy to attack there because I don't think they have a creature to put in. If they had like a Grizzlebrand, we do have Karakas, but it's kind of awkward because they got to use it as well.
We're just dead if they have any. If they activated the sneak attack and put something in, we are dying. So
I guess just flicker a Plains here, so we also have Sword open if needed.
it's possible. There's a world where we need to plow a Grizzlebrand that somehow misses on 14 draw steps. All right, they're flooding now. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Have you seen Planet of the Apes?
Oh, that's actually a really good draw, huh?
Yeah.
So there's a chance we want to play Sword of Fire and Ice here first, right? They have representing Hardcast Force of Will. It does play the Spirit into a Daze. I think that's less likely. I mean, technically it's equally likely, right? They're down 1 Daze, 1 Force, but...
So if we attack here for 4, we put them to 11, and then we play Spirit, we then have a 2-turn clock after that. If we play Sword here and attack, we get in for 7, 8, and have a 2-turn clock.
I mean, I'm just casting the Sword as Forcible bait so we can resolve the Spirit of the Labyrinth.
Oh, cool, okay.
I'm not intending on equipping the Sword this turn.
Yeah, okay, nice. Okay.
Okay, everything's just resolving. Never mind. Just cast the Spirit.
Yeah, because I guess now we don't have protection against anything.
Because we just want to, we just want to turn off cantrip into kill now.
Yeah, and there's no point leaving back anything here because like an attacking Grizzlebrand is an attack.
We have lethal next turn anyway. We have exactly 11.
Here we go, John.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah.
Just gotta believe. Oh, okay.
Oh, no whammies. Let's go. Yeah, we can beat an Emrakul now too, and probably a Grizzlebrand just based on. I'm equipping to the Wisp here.
Yeah.
Because if they do have like a weird blocking line, because we have to attack all. Okay, sure. They get to draw 1 card and put 2 back. So if they draw exactly, okay. No.
I like how you're like going through the lines and there's like concede. Nice.
Don't make me think about it, opponent.
I guess it's a little bit awkward if they have like a Grizzle, but it's not the worst. We have like Karakas. They put it in again.
Yeah. So the line with equipping to Wisp there specifically is that they are more inclined to, like, they want to block the thing that's holding the sword.
Yep.
So if we put it on the less important creature, they don't get to like also clear the Spirit in the process or something.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right. At least now we have a combo matchup, which means we're probably bringing in a little bit more, but I mean, Deafening Silence and Containment Priest are what I'm looking at straight up. They obviously don't care about the graveyard. Mindbreak Trap is probably just that, a trap.
Mindbreak Trap I've had dubious success with against the Sneak or Show and Tell variants. It kind of depends on like the specific iteration. It's worse against like Sneak. It's better because against some of the Omni variants, because sometimes they'll go like Show and Tell, Cunning Wish for Thing, and you can like Mindbreak Trap the Thing.
Yeah, especially if a Lotus Petal's in the mix as well.
Yeah. So it's a little bit worse versus the Council's Judgment definitely comes in also.
Yeah, and Peacekeeper?
And then, yes, I was going to talk about the Peacekeeper. I would bring in Peacekeeper here because
Cool.
a lot of the Sneak and Show variants actually can't beat this if you have like Peacekeeper plus like Mom or Peacekeeper plus Prelodon 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
You just get to sit there and eventually kill them. You can't actually deck them because they will just discard Emeralds to hand size, but you can just eventually build a gigantic board and then sack your Peacekeeper and Alpha Strike them. Or do the Yorion loop where you put Yorion into play, flicker the Peacekeeper, attack them with whatever. Peacekeeper comes back end step, Karakas your Yorion.
Yeah, Goblin Lucky. Colligan's Return is obviously a bit of an issue. I'm not too sure if Sneak Attack are playing around like with Fury as well as a card. I assume not. I assume they're just relying on like Cunning Wish targets.
I assume they would have just been playing Pyrokinesis if they wanted to like have that effect, right?
Yeah, okay, that's true.
They don't really care about like playing the thing.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on just cutting removal?
Solitude's great in this matchup.
Okay.
Solitudes, but yeah, Plows are horrible.
Of course, because it hits Emrakul.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
And you can put it in off Show and Tells, which is sometimes relevant, but not usually.
Yeah.
I'd cut all the Plows, cut a Jite, and the I don't know, the Banner Skull, I guess.
Cool. Yeah.
Banner Skull's just bad culture.
Don't say it, John. All right. Pretty lucky there. I mean, that can happen as well. A combo deck can just find part A but not point part B.
Yep.
Which is always fantastic to play against.
For some reason, when they slammed the Sneak Attack, like immediately my brain defaulted into, okay, how do we like suddenly not die? And the answer is, sometimes the answer is like, okay, you can't beat anything, so play if they have nothing. And there's a chance that we should have like just cast the Flicker Wisp with a sword that turn or whatever, and been like, okay, we literally can't win if they just put in a Grizzlebrand or Emrakul anyway. So
yeah, that's very true. I like that a lot because then you're also just really applying pressure where you might not think there is pressure.
Yes. Pick your battles. You can't beat some things, so try to beat the things you can.
Have you played much around with Bomberman with Urza Saga? Did that do anything for the deck?
I think Urza Saga is probably good in almost every single deck that plays Ancient Tomb.
Yep.
But I've never messed around. I haven't messed around with Bomberman in a fair bit. Sand is a strong medium minus. I would probably keep it, but
yeah, I do like that it does have the silence and then 2 good answers for creatures.
Yeah, the Deafening Silence helps back up the Solitude as like a real answer as well.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes you're just like, okay, I'm gonna Show and Tell Omniscience Emrakul you and then Force Will your removal spell or whatever, but Deafening Silence can mean that you can actually answer the thing that they put in off the Deafening Silence. Or not off the Show and Tell.
Oh, here we go. Oh, okay.
Arcaners. Well, that one gets Solituded.
Yeah.
Definitely wait till untap, like I was talking about before. There's no reason, and also killing now would play really hard into Days for no reason.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh. Ooh, second Solitude's a nice pickup. Especially with the second Solitude, I'm pretty sure I'm exiling this Jailer.
Okay.
Solitude's just a better answer for like their fatties because it's free to cast, or you can put it in off the Show and Tell. Jailer's just a little bit clunkier. Because it misses if they Show and Tell Omniscience Emrakul or whatever. There's a world that you could like maybe pitch a Wisp instead, but having the second Wisp makes you like the first Wisp because there's also we can put in Wisp off of a Show and Tell, hit the Omniscience, untap, cast Wisp on our Wisp.
Yeah, cool.
Flicker the Omniscience again.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot.
So yeah, definitely just exiling the Jailer here. And if they force to will this, then we just Solitude pitch a Wisp and call it a day. But if they don't, then we get to play Stoneforge Mystic and go get Cauldron.
Yeah, this is a cool card. I kind of hate it because I usually sort out like side out a lot of my removal spells that hit it, so you can't get caught out like that. But...
It's good to like kind of sideboard juke against a lot of matchups. It doesn't work super well against DNT because DNT does get to keep in a bunch of cards that are pretty good against it.
Yeah,
like Apparition and stuff. But
not even the.
Can't cast any more spells this turn, so that's nice.
Yeah, even a pedal, which is pretty sweet.
No land. They might just be conserving the city. They might have a land drop.
Ooh.
Peacekeeper's interesting.
Still in that draw step. I'll take it off. I'll take it off. Alright.
This is what always happens if you aren't ready for your own draw step stop.
Is anyone, John? I don't think anyone's ready for that.
Exactly. Goblin Lackey is the only person I know insane enough to have a consistent draw step stop. So they're at 15 here. So this is actually a little bit of a thought exercise. I think Wisp is correct, would be my guess. This Peacekeeper probably ain't cutting it. And especially if we draw another land, we can do the
Wisp shenanigans.
And if not, we can also still Solitude a potential Emrakul using this Peacekeeper.
Yeah, nice. No Cunning Wish, which is great. Another Wisp.
That's not what we wanted. We wanted a land, not more Wisps, but... Yeah, now we died to Emrakul plus Force of Will, but that's our life. You never have too many Wisps. This is very blatantly too many Wisps. Grizzlebrand, alright, that's beatable.
Yeah. Emrakul, that's okay.
Less beatable.
I guess if we're gonna Solitude, we should do it. Ooh. That's fine. Because this means we can hit... Yeah.
We can Solitude the Emrakul, but they're unfortunately still going to have a Grizzlebrand, which is very scary. And also there'll be like 9,000. They're probably just going to draw like 21 cards and hit a second Emrakul and kill us, right? Because they also have the Grizzlebrand. This does gain them 15 life.
Yeah, of course. Solitude gains them life. That's a big one. Yeah,
maybe
I was just... Yeah, maybe they will. You never know.
They get to go to their extra turn.
They could even discard an extra Emrakul if they really want to rub it in.
Yeah, I think we're just dead. The fact that they had the Emrakul on top of the Grizzlebrand was real rough, and that we missed on the white mana to just wisp out the Omniscience. A lot of things went wrong that turn. They're not Emrakuling us yet.
Hmm. There we go.
Okay, now pack it in.
No real changes. Just run it back.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this configuration. Didn't work out the greatest there, but a couple of things went wrong. We had a pretty good shot there.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the hand was pretty good. Just a little bit awkward against an Omniscience line.
Plus one swords. I hate swords. I guess Sword Splash was a little bit better because we saw Arcane Artisan, but we do still have 4 Solitude, 4 Skyclave. Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, especially like prelate on 3, I guess.
Yeah, Pearl on 3 is really good against their deck. They do have ways to beat it. We saw Pyroclasm, we saw Arcane Artisan, we saw Sneak Attack.
But it is nice that against a lot of decks, Spirit of Labyrinth is kind of like a prelate on 1.
Yeah.
Steve. Just a good all-around guy. Okay, opponent kept 7.
Alright, what you got for us, opponent?
So that's when you say that, John, they're going to be like Soul Land, Lotus Petal, Show and Tell.
Soul Land, Lotus Petal, Show and Tell, Omniscience, Emrakul you.
Yeah, Cunning Wish. Ah.
Right, that's not the thing that
Oh. Okay, just the one.
Okay, not the thing that I said. They're just playing around Thalia or Blue Sky. That's a good pickup. Thalia or Deafening Silence top deck. Play our Spirit. We are a little cold to... I won't say it. Don't want to jinx it this time.
Thank you. Hey, I do nothing a lot. Thanks for the Prime sub. A huge thank you. XJCloud is in to house, which is pretty awesome. Okay.
This is the thing we were cold to, but I think we need to, God, we can't really like put in Wisp realistically, right?
Yeah.
Buys us a turn against Emrakul. Like we have to put a Wisp, basically, I think. I'm sorry, my cat is screaming at the door.
That's
demanding to be let in. I'll let her in for the sake of everyone's audio while we get murdered here. Come in. She took my chair.
I guess so Apparition hits sneak attack, but we also have the ability to untap and cast Skyclave to hit a sneak attack.
I'm worried about Omniscience or Emrakul because we can't currently beat either of those cards.
Yeah.
I don't think they would put in Emrakul here blindly because there are a lot of cards that we have access to that could beat that.
Yep.
But Omniscience obviously is always super powerful.
Yeah. There's also...
You can put in Prelate to try to beat like Cunning Wish, but I don't know if the sneak attack variants can really fit in Cunning Wish a lot.
Yeah.
And we already have cantrips turned off Omniscience, so I think I'm happy just putting a Wisp to buy a turn. If we top deck like a second Wisp, maybe.
Yeah, it also has that resource of being a creature in play, which is nice as well.
Yeah.
Look, we could hope that they just accidentally tap like a Lotus Petal in their hand instead.
Yeah, maybe they put in a land. Wow, unlucky. Sneak basically never plays those. I've seen a lot of hybrid lists. I don't know if I see show and tell lists enough lately to have like a consistent thought of like what they do or do not play. I think we're putting this Prelate on like 2 and conceding to Emrakul, right? Put Prelate on 2 to beat Pyroclasm. We have a sizable board. We already have cantrips turned off with.
Down to 3 cards. Okay.
Cry 2.
Yeah. How about Cry 2, John? Because we got a 2-turn clock.
They put 1 on top. That's not good.
Oh, and they have the double sneak as well. But no red. I guess if they draw a creature, they can.
Make them shuffle. They only have basics. Well,
that's fine.
I'm going to attack them for 6 and.
Yeah, I mean, we can try to gum up the board a bit to try to win through an Emrakul swing.
They have no red or creatures. I mean, these sneak attacks don't matter. Like, they put a card on top with the Spirit, and it means that we're going to die next turn. The only card in their deck that they would top here is something that kills us on Omniscience. We can attack them to sit down to 6, cast a Spirit of the Labyrinth. Actually,
Cast a Vial as well.
Yeah, we could try to beat Emrakul, right, by casting the Aether Vial.
Yeah, because then we can keep 6 damage for the following turn.
Yeah, that's actually probably the play. Attack, play Spirit, play Aether Vial, say go. That beats just Emrakul.
That's all we need. A little bit of hope.
Yeah, we cannot field them because they only have basics, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would absolutely have been field ruining them. Shuffle away that topped card.
Grizzle's fine.
Okay. I mean, I don't know about fine, but...
John, just go with me here.
It's...
We got a lot of good draws. Solitude? No, Solitude's not that great. We do have Crackers.
Would be a great draw. We could kill them. Solitude on a creature.
Okay, well, at least it's just a clock at the moment. They can't actually draw cards off it, which is nice. I guess they can pay 7 in our turn next turn to draw 1 card.
That would probably kill them.
Hmm. So it's just going to be a pass.
I think do we want to cast the Skyclave? I think I want bodies in play.
Okay. Yeah.
We could alternate. Wait. We put Yorion in our hand.
Oh.
Does that do anything?
Yorion allows us to get an extra Flickwisp activation.
But it's on end
step. Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what that would do. The Flickers would come into play, flicker out the Omniscience for a turn or something. Yeah. I mean, I think putting Yorion into play does more than putting a Bear into play.
Yeah.
Gives us more options. We are in beginning of combat, though, so we can't do it.
Look at that. Just all eyes on deck, John. That's why you're here. I do hate it when you do, like, tap mana in attacks in, like, fetch, and then you can't take back that mana.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're playing like Maze of Ith in Maverick, you have your end of damage step kind of stopped, and that can really, really hurt.
Put our Yorion in our hand. Now the real flex, are you going to port them with an Omniscience in play?
We are going to port them. Just to really put them off. Maybe they just forget about Omniscience for a turn.
Maybe they'll forget about the 2 Spirit of the Labyrinths in play and then attack and then pay 7. Alright, what do they do on this Ponder? Please play a non-basic.
Shuffle.
Oh, they shuffled. All right. Still alive. Still alive.
I hope they pay 7 here.
Come on, draw. All right, we can attack them down to 4, and then not quite lethal, but it's close. Be if we also had a Skyclave in play, but Flickering Grizzle doesn't really do anything besides prevent them from attacking, and they don't actually get to attack into the Yorion this turn anyway, right? Because they would just die on the crackback. I think the best bet is probably just flickering out the Omniscience this turn, buy us another turn to try to draw steps. Oh, never mind.
Oof.
Trying to race us. I mean, the race does favor them, unfortunately.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, here, okay. At least now we have, like, block Flickwisp, and then can we take out our own creature with this?
No.
No, but we can recruit her for Solitude. Or we could just recruit her here for Palace Jailer.
Yeah, Palace Jailer is probably the best bet, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if that last card is Force.
I mean, if the last card is Force, I think we just die, right?
Yeah.
You just do it pre-combat so we can leave the Flickwisp back to chump block and hope that we draw something the next turn.
Yeah.
Does Recruiter actually lethal them? We only have 6 lands? No, we can't get Stoneforge for Sword. We could recruit a Flicker Wisp, but that doesn't really do anything, right? Chat's suggesting a bunch of terrible ideas. I mean, we could, like, Recruiter, Flicker Wisp, Flicker, or Flicker Wisp, target the Grizzlebrand, but then we also still have to attack into it. So I think Jailer taking the Grizzlebrand just fully off the board is probably the best bet. They just have to, like, top deck another creature or we win. I don't think there's any way to beat both the Grizzlebrand in play and the Omniscience. There's no point in casting the Recruiter versus Violate in because, like, we will get our spell countered and die regardless because we have to cast the second spell. We also look at our deck to make sure there's not anything secretly better.
Yeah,
I think Jailer is the best line. We still have the Jailer in the deck. This last game we exiled it.
Yeah.
Yep, Jailer also beats Daze. It has to be exactly another Force of Will.
Guess.
Gotta leave that port up.
Yeah. Oh, we're still in draw. We're still in draw. Apologies. Let's just... Here we go. Yeah.
Get rid of it. All right. Jailer.
Oof.
All right. Resolves. Great. Excellent. Love to see it.
I guess, like, is there any world... I assume if they had a land, they would have played it. We'd have to play around, like, land into sneak attack creature. Like, we could keep back the Wisp in that case.
Holding it to keep it safe from Field of Ruin? Is there a reason to...
Like,
could we beat Emrakul if we attack them with just 2 spirits and then block with Flicker Wisp?
Yeah, I like that a lot. Because that's still...
I have enough math. Can we beat it? I think we can, right? Yeah, we just sack 6 lands and block.
Yep.
It's worse if they draw... I won't say it. I always say it on my streams. I'm gonna try not to curse people when I'm a guest.
Could draw Solitude here, that'd be sweet.
That would be sweet.
Oh no, we don't because the spirit.
Oh, no, we don't get to draw.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What you got? Nice.
Nothing. They're dead.
Very cool. That's awesome.
I was gonna say they could draw Pyroclasm.
Yeah, Pyroclasm would be really strong.
That would be kind of obnoxious, but like we still would have like a route to victory with like we'd be drawing cards, right?
Yeah.
With the Monarchy, and we have a Skyclave to try to like clean up, but it'd be like a big punish for not attacking with Wisp. But I think the likelihood of like Emrakul is higher, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that a lot.
Did our line beat second Grizzlebrand actually? Should we have attacked? If they play second Grizzlebrand, we deal 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. But we could beat second Grizzlebrand
if we attacked?
If we had attacked with Wisp.
Okay.
Because they're at 2. They block 1, gain up to 9. Yeah. Maybe it was correct to attack with Wisp. Not attacking beat Emrakul, but it did not beat Grizzlebrand. So I'm not actually sure.
Nice. Good to get the win. Especially against Show and Tell.
Spirit Monarch Nombo is hilarious. Yeah, it doesn't come up super often because usually if you have a Spirit in play, you're already beating the stuffing out of like the control decks anyway. And like Palace Jailer isn't generally good against a lot of the combo decks where you want Spirit, but Show and Tell is like a weird point where they do kind of line up like that.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think you could say the same thing about Gaddock Teeg and Green Sun Zenith, where Gaddock Teeg on the field is just so good against the decks where it's good that you don't really care that it's a Nobo with Green Suns.
Yeah.
What's your favorite like spicy one of you've played in D&T?
Ever or
ever, John?
I'm a big fan of Fiendslayer Paladin. Played that one a fair bit in the Deathrite Shaman era.
Yep. Okay, Fiendslayer Paladin is 1, a white, and a white. It's a 2/2 with First Strike and Lifelink. Is that correct?
Yes.
And there's something weird about damage. I think it can't take... I don't think it actually has protection from a color. It just says, like, it can't take non-combat damage?
It can't be targeted.
Okay.
By black or red spells.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. Especially in, like, a Grixis era, like, back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, Fatal Push,
Really
Call Against Command, Bolt. Yeah, that's sick. That's actually got a really cool foiling as well, because it's got, like, a lightsaber.
Oh yeah, he's got the lightsaber. It's sweet. I remember I was playing in a team tournament, and I was playing against Burn in the quarterfinals. And they attacked me with a Goblin guy, and I activated my vial on Fiendslayer Paladin. And he picked up the card and he read it. And he's like, "Oh, you really came prepared, huh?"
Nice. Yeah, Grixis Control, one of those matchups where it was always grindy and always felt very like a little bit 50-50. This is probably a 5-lander that I like.
Yeah, I keep a lot of these like kind of like loose looking hands with Yorion. You just have like a ton of inevitability and like just great draw steps and want mana and like have things to do with your mana in case like you start flooding out. We still do have like ports and wastelands.
Yep.
I'm generally pretty okay with these like pretty borderline hands otherwise.
Oh, Goblins. Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Everything's going to shit. Blackie, get out of the chat.
Okay.
At least we can try to block it before getting Munitions Expert into Muxist. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
Oh, nice. Okay.
No more lands? One lander? Napping off this block.
Surely. Or they have a second lackey.
I'm having second lackey, no land. Wasteland, then play another one? Okay, never mind.
Interesting.
Trading mom for lackey. Sure.
Hopefully not a build with... Okay.
Oh, they do have a second lackey. They have a third lackey.
Surely not.
They just tap 2 lands for some reason. Okay, sure.
So...
Not a great room.
Is there any reason... Like, I guess, like, Chain Whirler could be a reason to Wasteland here?
I kind of don't want to Wasteland because I kind of want to get the Skyclave online is the only thing.
Yeah. So in that case, it's probably just Plains Mum Pass.
Yes.
Just so we can't get Wastelanded?
It's like possible, but yeah, not a lot of things kill a mom on 2 mana that don't kill them on 3 mana. It's like exactly Crater Maker Chain Whirler.
Yeah, very true. Do you want to block?
Yes. Always block off from my... They're in damage. Possible maybe we did want to play Port that turn, because if they play something like non-threatening, there's a chance we wanted to like just Port plus Wasteland or something. Like, I don't care about this pile driver. Oh, they also missed a land drop, so ooh, never mind. We can just Port plus Aether Realm now. That's nice. Great anyway.
There's no reason to tap down the Cavern here, is there? There's not like a...
I mean, Badlands and Cavern are identical.
Yeah.
In game 1 at least.
Yeah.
For Death and Taxes specifically. Yeah, like to attack for 1, and then we get to like Wasteland Port them and start taking up this file, and then
yeah. Very nice.
Very happy. Yeah. Yeah, we're locking up.
Such like a cozy kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Get like a second vial, Wasteland, and...
Yeah. Just really give them the business. Good draw.
Yeah, really nice.
At one of these vials is definitely just going to go up to 5 anyway. We're going to add Yorion to our hand at some point, so...
Yeah, it's very true. I always forget about Yorion as a vial target. Because usually it's 3, maybe 4, if I really want to get something like a Palace Jailer into play without being countered. But in this version, you can definitely put it up to 5. Or they don't attack either, into like a Thalia.
Yeah, this is going to be sick if they go for an attack next turn, right? There's no way they do, but if they attack with both, you get to Skyclave the Lackey in response to the Pile Driver trigger. Pile Driver stays at 1-2, and then you get to block it.
Yeah, nice.
Land? I would have actually liked a 5th land over another vial there, but, you know, we'll take a vial.
Because there's no reason not to play it.
Yeah, I'm definitely just playing it. But, like, if we had 5th land, I'd add Yorion to my hand and still pour here.
Yeah, that's very true.
Be very happy with that. But... I'd put the Cavern now, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. It is a black source as well.
It means that they can't, like, munitions experts or something. Come on, attack, 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 attack. Yes! No, response to the trigger. Get to Apparition the Lackey, block the 1-2.
Nice. Very cool. John, it's like you've played with D&T a few times.
Yeah, a couple.
And seeing that we have 2 mana here, it actually lines up well, because we can go 4, 3, and 1, and then if we draw a 2-drop, we have Port and a 2-drop.
Yep. Just really want to draw a 5th land so we can just add Yorion to my hand while still porting, but, you know.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Now we're going to pick up our Yorion, continue to port, and just really... Now we just want to close before they kind of like draw out of their mana situation. But putting a 4/5 flyer in your hand is a really good way to close, so...
Yeah, I mean, Goblins doesn't have a great way to deal with it other than being wide and trying to get it with the munitions expert, but...
Yeah.
Oh, I did mean to put them.
Wide because we get to Solitude a creature and then Yorion and kill 2 more creatures.
Apologies, I didn't port.
Didn't port. Give him a fighting chance. Yeah, now we just get to Solitude their Crater Maker. These vials will probably just be out 5-3-2 for the rest of the game until something weird happens.
Alright, so this one is 5-3-2. This one's a no, this one's a yes, and then the other one's a yes, and then we can just say no to all of them.
Yes.
Nice.
Ooh, Thalia's a nice pickup too. Yep, Solitude, attack. Guess you probably just Violent Thalia preemptively, no reason not to. Oh, I was just gonna Violent the thing and just keep porting them.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I guess just cast and Yori on them, I guess. I think all roads kind of lead to Rome here.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, did you... Oh, did you click through the...
Oh, did I? Oh, gosh. Sorry, that's terrible.
I mean, we just cast the Solitude now. Well,
yeah.
You can still attack.
Sorry. Oh, my gosh.
We can still cast Solitude.
So many little list plays there.
Just cast the Solitude before they untap.
Yep.
So they can't Crater Make or something.
Apologies. Really just...
It's all good.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're still massively ahead.
Apologies, everyone. That was really, not great.
Ooh, the basic swamp. I wonder if they're on Lackey's actual list.
Okay. Well, Lackey is in chat.
Yeah, he's been playing a basic swamp, like Warren Weirding or whatever list.
Okay, that's cool.
For a fair bit here.
Alright, so all of these we can just say no to.
So now... I think I'm just attacking with Thalia here.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want a Yori on their board. Like, I might just wait and do it on their turn. In case they like play something a little bit juicier to target.
Yeah, definitely. I like that a lot. So at least you can still port as well. Just hitting on a cabin. I mean, are we just going to Yori on here to get some damage through next turn?
I would definitely do a main phase if so. And yeah, I just want to put the thing into play. There's a world where we could actually like do it some end step to try to cast this Cauldron. We need one more land to do that though, because we'd like flicker at our Thalia, but there's no reason to flicker the Skyclave. They don't have any targetable permanents, and we'll just do an illusion, right?
That's very true.
We're just gonna exile a 1/1.
Does mean they can't double block the Skyclave?
The Solitude with a Mogwar Marshal and a Goblin token. That's why I didn't want to attack the Solitude that turn.
Yeah, cool. Makes sense.
It does not have flying. It looks like it has flying. It does not.
I hate that. It should. It definitely should. It's a 5-mana card. Give it flying.
It starts with... There's a keyword that starts with F.
Imagine a bird that can't fly. An emu. There we go. Now you can imagine a bird that can't fly.
One more land and we can cast this Cauldron.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I almost wanted to Yorion ourselves on our end step just so we could like flicker our Thalia. Just so we could cast the Cauldron, but we didn't have the land drop lined up. We didn't know if we would find it.
Interesting.
Taking game 1 from Goblins is big.
Yeah, definitely.
This matchup's a little rough.
I assume it's just going to be these 3. Containment Priest, Peacekeeper, Council's Judgment?
I'm not the most interested in Peacekeeper in this matchup.
Yeah, okay.
The other two are definitely great.
Yeah.
Peacekeeper is like kind of hit or miss. Goblins is very removal. Like, it's a very late game removal dense deck. Peacekeeper can like save you from some weird shit, but I also do like Thalia well enough for being able to be put in front of stupid goblins.
Yeah.
So we could maybe cut a Spirit Labyrinth for it. Spirit Labyrinth is really bad. It doesn't block anything or attack well at all.
Yeah.
It's possible Peacekeeper's better than like a Spirit.
Okay. So would you keep all 4 Thalia just because of first strike at 2-1?
Yeah, it's any number of Thalia is better than Spirit Labyrinth. You can also pitch them to Solitude if you need to.
Yeah, very true.
It's nice that I finally get to do the blue player argument of like, oh, you just pitch your cards to force slow when they're bad. It's fine. Feels good.
Oof.
I was close.
Yeah, I mean, we can answer lucky, but...
This hand with 1 land would have been nuts. But no, this hand's bad. Not gambling on the under 50%er. Alright, well, I'll keep this and die horribly to a Goblin Lucky.
Yeah.
In the bottom of Plains here, I like the Batter's Call because we could actually just like Stoneforge for GTA, and sometimes they just like let the Stoneforge Mystic live and you can sneak in the Batter's Call.
Oof, no turn 1 play. Huge.
Yeah, that's big.
What?
Our hand was super soft to turn 1 plays.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess they're also a slinging lieutenant deck. Yeah, maybe Peacekeeper is just bad. Maybe I just want a 3-1 in my deck instead.
Yeah, it's true. Goblin Lucky also says that D&T is the beatdown, so it can be a little bit awkward having Peacekeeper.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super interested in either card, but it's definitely possible that just like a 3-1 at least like has a little bit more text.
So because we have the Batterskull, are you happy to get like a Jide here?
Yeah, I think GTA would be the choice.
So it just takes a little bit more setup?
Yeah, it's the least threatening. Like if we were a Cauldron, they just automatically answer our Stoneforge, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
And then we have 2 dead equipment in our hand. Whereas if they choose not to answer the Stoneforge, they might still kill it just because it lines up well with something that they're doing, and that's still fine. Then we have at least 1 castable equipment and this Batter's Call rather than a 7-drop.
Yeah, that's very true. You get double Mountain. Okay.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, they did get hurt pretty badly by Mana Denial, but I wonder what this finds. Trash Master?
Yeah, maybe Trash. Maybe with 5 cards in hand, I feel like they're not going for Ringleader, but
oh yeah,
Crater Maker. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, just Crater Maker. Okay.
I feel like we're just going to Wasteland the Wasteland and pass with Batterskull up.
It's a little bit more awkward, right? Because they have the Crater Maker now, but we can't really do anything about the Crater Maker except plow through it. But the question is, do we want to Wasteland? I think the answer is yes. Goblins' mana is really important. They don't have an Aether Vial start, so like denying them mana is pretty important. They also don't know about the Batter's Skull, so they might do something more loose. Wait, don't we just get to put in the GTA and kill the Crater Maker now?
Yeah, that's pretty good as well. So put in the Jide, we untap.
And then equip GTA attack. We get to trade our Stoneforge with their whole board.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Assuming that they block with the Crater Maker, which is probably a good choice on their end.
They did not mull. They did keep this. Okay, that's really nice. Just another land to play.
Yep. We just want to keep it in land drops. Not playing around Simian Spirit Guide? Yeah, if they have Simian Spirit Guide, they got me. They got us good. They block.
Nice.
Ping the Crater Maker. There's no reason to ping the Matron right now, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe to do it later. But they also might like play a lackey or something scarier, you know? A little awkward that we kind of have to like... It takes us a couple of turns to get this GTA back online, but definitely just being able to answer this Crater Maker without wasting one of our equipment seemed huge. Playing that Crater Maker seemed really weird.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when they didn't have the land. That's like a position where I really like to keep the Crater Maker until I know I can actually use it in the same turn. Land. But maybe they just don't have another 2-drop and they just wanted to play creatures out.
Yeah, like a second Crater Maker, maybe? I don't know.
Like, I think here the best draw is just a 2-drop, so we can play a creature and also port.
Yeah.
That kind of settles it, because we get to flicker a planes.
Could. Or we just cast Recruiter, right? We don't need to. Like, what are they casting on 3 that we're scared of? I guess a second Crater Maker, but they definitely would have cast a Crater Maker there.
Yeah, especially if they play the first one.
I think I'm game for playing a Recruiter to set up something down the line. We can get value out of a Wisp later, rather than just like using it to port.
Yeah, okay. What about just another Stoneforge?
We could get a Stoneforge. We get like a Mom if we want to use all our mana this turn, but it plays a little badly into like a Pyrokinesis or something.
I guess it's... I don't mind Mom, especially since we have another Recruiter and a Flickerist to get more things.
We could just, like, it plays better if they don't find have removal like this turn specifically, right?
Yeah. And the Mom might even force it.
Yeah. This does force the action on a Pyrokinesis or something if they have it too. It's worse against, I guess, also a
Munitions
expert. Sure, they expert the Mom, but now we just get been super unimpressed with Field Ruin so far. Yeah, Field Ruin isn't really in the deck to be like super powerful and good. It's just an extra like Wasteland-ish effect versus especially like the Saga decks. That's not exactly free to play. Color sources are like pretty high cost, but I think it's like powerful enough. You can definitely get by without it. You can play with flex lands. You can just play more basic planes. I'm not like married to this Field of Ruins or anything.
I think just equip and port.
Yep, equip attack. They don't have any good blocks or anything. Now we just get to start mana denying them, and we have our GTA Online. Saga seems... Yeah, I've been experimenting with like Saga lists too. Okay, now we just pump. I guess it was maybe better to ping. Is it just like 1 extra damage for...
Yeah, it's very true.
I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah. Don't think 1 damage is the end of the world, but...
I hope not. And at least here we can also play around another munitions expert, because we can kill both creatures in response to the ETB.
Yep, we have a lot of their stuff shut down. They need to find a lot more lands to like get back into this game when you start killing them. Here I would start using GT counters relatively aggressively.
Okay, as in to get in damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially where they're down on mana. They're going to be in a position where they can't really put out more than 1 goblin a turn. I should turn off the MTGO sounds, but they are pretty hilarious.
You could play... We could Whisper Recruiter here and just like re-equip the GTA after. I guess that plays bad into like Chain Whirler again, because our GTA will be unequipped. We could just recruit something.
Yeah, I don't mind getting Stoneforge and then just porting next turn and then untapping and being able to like Stoneforge into Sword. Just to make sure we have a pretty much a guaranteed win the following turn after the next turn.
Yeah, Stoneforge is probably pretty reasonable here. Cleans up pretty quick. They have a lot of things to answer. We could even potentially get Cauldra. Just really punch him in the face.
Yeah, it's very true. Luckily, this mana base in pretty much all games have been okay. There was one game against Show and Tell where we didn't hit the second white, but there's been a lot of games so far where we've been able to just like be in a reasonable position to cast the Cauldra.
Yep. Jump Bomb does nothing. We just ping the Matron. I mean, I guess I get to draw their card, but yeah.
I guess the other play was to kill the. No, they get to draw the card even if this is gone, right?
Yeah, it's 2 different effects. The cycling and the damage are 2 different effects.
Cool. Still no
But
land.
now they're just super far behind.
I think next turn I will just attack but not pump. Oh, okay. I was going to say just because of Pyrokinesis, but they're going to do it now. And that's going to be fine. Nothing we can really do here.
Yeah, that's fine. We're very happy with that. Do we have enough mana? How much lands do we have? 6, 7, so we can Stoneforge Wisp, just get all our equipment. And still port.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. Stoneforge, grab the thing. Wisp it, grab the other thing, call it a day.
Just the way you say it. Just, I feel like
we're going through the motions at this point. They're so far behind. If they have like second Pyrokinesis, we just hard cast Cauldron and punch them.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I meant to port them. This can happen.
Fighting chance.
I feel like if they're waiting this long as well, they didn't draw land for turn either.
What 4-drop can they even cast? Yeah. Alright.
Nice.
Give them the business.
I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. If you want to talk to chat, definitely engage.
Yeah, I'll hang out with chat.
Alright, I'll see you in a sec.
So how's it going, chat? Entertain us. I brought this list that's 4-0 in this league. I'm a genius. This list is actually just extremely good though. If you play Death and Taxes, you should just be playing something very close to this list, I think. List is busted. We want cat. I can't even I'm a disembodied voice. I can't show off a cat. You have your own Twitch channel? Yes. I don't stream a lot. I've not streamed a lot recently, but yeah, twitch.tv/XJCloud. I tried to stream this deck on Wednesday, but my internet crapped out. I had a brief service outage at exactly Wednesday or like Tuesday night. I've not played in Turbo Mugs recently. I've been on a big Death and Taxes kick for the past month or so. Don't want to buy more beta points though. That's honestly the number one critique I get from anyone that talks to me about not wanting to play Yorion. It's just because I don't have enough basic points to play it. Which is honestly the only reasonable argument to not do it. This deck is very good. When will you add 4 Luminarch Aspirants to the deck? If someone donates a $100, I will stream a 4 Luminarch Aspirant list. People want Saga. I posted a Saga list on Twitter. I have not streamed it or anything. It's still like kind of finicky, honestly. Or is the Saga going to be better than Sky Noodle? I mean, I've been trying them both in the same deck, but they are kind of at odds with each other, honestly. Like DNT is already super mana hungry, Yorion even more so, and Saga just adds another element of being super mana hungry. So it's like a really weird tension.
I heard Luminarch Aspirant and I ran back. I remember
the card list is missing.
I saw someone sent you a bunch, I think for your birthday.
For Christmas, yeah, one of my friends sent me a stack of 100 Luminarch Aspirants.
Nice.
That's
pretty funny.
Comparing Urza Saga Sky Noodle to normal. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Like I was talking about, Saga has a little bit of tension with the rest of the deck. It's a very powerful card. I'm definitely willing to try it out more, but definitely like demands a lot of you.
Yeah. What was some of the? I think you're playing like Shadow Spear as a target.
Yeah, I think Shadow Spear is like kind of mandatory if you want to play a deck like that.
Yep.
Specifically, like as slow as Death and Taxes, you want to be able to like have a line against aggressive decks where like you can just make a construct, untap, make a construct, and then fetch Shadow Spear, and then have like a 4/4 lifelinker.
Yeah, cool. And then you have a Retrofitter Foundry.
Yeah, Retrofitter. I've been kind of. It's been kind of not super impressive. I tried like a map too as like another mana sink where you could just like Saga into a map and then map for another Saga.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then obviously like good sideboard bullets, Relic, Cage, Pithing Needle.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm
Cage is
to
pretty
purchase
strong.
the Peacekeeper first guy. No, you don't have to play the Peacekeeper. The Peacekeeper is like very narrow, like good against like a very. There's an argument for just not playing in the deck at all. I just like really hate elves.
Any D&T player would.
Aether Vial is also a target. Aether Vial as a target is really slow because generally you're not getting it until like turn 4 at the very earliest. But there's definitely like games where you would choose to go find an Aether Vial. D&T beat elves. Fun fact: the first challenge I played with Yorion D&T, the challenge that I won, I beat elves in the semifinals.
Nice.
It is possible, chat. Just very unlikely. The new unwinnable matchup is now Doomsday. Anyway, I'd rather play against elves than Doomsday.
Yeah, what do you have against Doomsday other than like Thalia and Spirit of Labyrinth?
You don't.
Yeah, it's tough because so much of the combo hate just doesn't line up against Doomsday.
Yeah. One of the reasons I'm a big fan of Endurance entering the format is because it gives another color access to like reasonable anti-Doomsday cards.
Yeah.
Because before it was just like you couldn't really interact with Doomsday besides cards like Force of Will or Thoughtseize.
Yeah, it's very true. And like Endurance is just a tough one because there's so many matchups where it's just a good threat. It's obviously great against Delver. It's good against some of the combo decks that rely on the graveyard. It's great against just control decks of having a flash 3/4 at end of turn. So a lot of the times I'm just bringing it in out of the board when I'm playing like one main deck with Green Suns. But this is a Melbourne player.
Oh, that's fun. This is for all the marbles.
Right.
Precious. I want a 5-0.
Yihue is usually a fan of like bug midrange kind of decks. He's a big fan of bug Zenith.
Oh,
Oh.
You're on mirror.
Okay.
Let's go. All right. I mean, sounds great. I'm keeping it.
Yeah. Nice. I'm not too sure if it is going to be D&T. I feel like Yihue might be on some sort of like
it could be like
blue, like maybe.
Nonsense. I've seen like Yorion Aluren and Yorion Food Chain as like weird bug decks.
Yeah. Not like this. Classic.
Our hand is a little bit awkward if they are on D&T. But like we have some good cards. We have a Giver, Flicker Wisp, Solitude. Okay.
Nice. Oh, birds. Okay, maybe some sort of.
My guess is leaning towards like Food Chain, Aluren sort of thing.
At least if they force the sword here, the spirit here, we get a free attack with the Giver.
Yep.
Yeah, Yihue, a really good player. A lot of trophies. A lot of different decks, which is cool. It's always fun when you come online and you play MTGO and then you face someone that you actually know in real life.
Oh, yeah. Force Pitch Uro, alright. Not the end of the world.
Oh, it's pronounced yeah? Cool. That's the big part with MTGO as well. You don't know how to do pronunciations.
Ooh.
Like, is it XJCloud? Sylvan's going to be pretty good there.
They are missing on lands. I'm kind of interested in Flicker Wisp our land to play out this bird.
Yeah, nice. I like that a lot. Also not showing the Wasteland just yet.
The other question is, do we attack with this Giver of Runes?
That's a good question. I
like
kind of
pressure on my opponent's life total when they have Sylvan Library in play, but also
Flicker Wisp is that kind of long-term pressure.
Yeah, Flicker. They could easily have like Sylvan into land, Abrupt Decay, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Swords there is really relevant because A, they gain no life off it, and B, it also makes them have to dig for extra colors.
Yeah. And they're very incentivized to find non-basics, which plays into our Wasteland.
Oh, I didn't know that the C in Cloud was silent. XJCloud.
XJCloud. That's my alter ego that actually talks loudly.
This is fine because you have the Wasteland for it, so this is actually perfect.
Yeah.
Wow, but just not hitting their land drops.
Did they paid 4 and then didn't hit a land, so they kept a card that wasn't. Do we want to Solitude that Dryad Arbor? Keep the Wasteland for another land?
That's definitely pretty interesting. I wonder how many basics they run. They're running Prismatic Vista. Are we going to be attacking with both creatures here?
Oh, no. I think if we didn't attack with both creatures last turn, we're not supposed to this turn, right?
Correct. Nice.
But so we could Solitude. We could also put Yorion in our hand, Solitude, pitching the Yorion and play Mom if we wanted to as well. But we could also just Wasteland the Dryad Arbor and keep the Solitude for something else. Plus, this deck probably has like Ice Fang, all the stuff that we'll probably need to exile, right?
Yeah, I guess that's where the mums really line up well.
Oh yeah, we have givers for that. Maybe we do. I'm kind of keen on Solituding this. Just use the Solitude as another Wasteland, right? And hold the Wasteland for another thing because we can't Solitude at Underground Sea or whatever.
Okay, so you're pretty happy to play Mum, put Yorion in hand, use Yorion to Solitude the Dryad Arbor.
Awkward that we can't tap in a way where we can Wasteland it if they have another force, right? Because then we can't cast the Mom if the Solitude does resolve. But I think I think I'd rather have the Mom in play.
Cool.
Let's just start attacking with like the Giver too if we want.
Yeah, exactly. That's always pretty nice. Yeah, this is really nice, especially just to have access to this. Like having access to an extra card to pitch to something like Solitude is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, like 3 mana Swords to Plowshares in a pinch is serviceable when they have alternate modes.
Cool turn. I like that a lot. Because a lot of people would see Dryad Arbor, see Wasteland, and go, oh, let's just use the Wasteland here. But if we can hit another land,
the fact that they're under so much pressure here, they can't use the library very well. They really want to find non-basics to actually cast their spells.
Yeah, and the 4 mana for us is also pretty relevant because it means like drawing Jide or drawing Palace Jailer is pretty nice.
Yeah, or if we just need to fire off this Wasteland, we still have 3 lands to cast almost any of the other spells in our deck.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really cool to see Yorion still hovering around Legacy. I would say D&T is probably the main one you see. You see a little bit of like some of these BANT and like 3-color, 4-color control decks, but yeah, nice to see.
Yorion Esper Vial the other day.
Ah, nice.
It's another good home for it, certainly. Flooded Strand, so maybe I guess they are BANT, so my guess would be Food Chain then? What is this? Oh, I guess that does work, doesn't it? But now I'll have the Mom online to continue to protect the Flicker Wisp. Give it Pro, whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're gonna 1 mana green removal spell it. Ooh, that's pretty rough for us. They get a basic and a Mana Dork. We're 1 mana away from Solituding that. Alright, attack for 3, say go. We're just trying to close this game out as best we can.
Styfer loves a Sky Noodle? Yeah, Styfer pile with Yorion's very, very true. That's a good one, Jerry.
Yorion also pitches to Force of Will.
That is very true. Yeah. Nice. Oof. Okay.
Nothing. That's great for us.
I'm going to assume they're holding up Ice Fang. Like hold up
Ice Fang plus
Swords to
Plowshares.
Yeah.
So let's draw a land. Nice. So now we just Solitude an Ice Fang.
Oh, Endurance. Spicy.
I'll Solitude that. I'm less happy because they get to gain 3 life, but still happy. Gets us our 3/2 body in play.
Yeah, now it's awkward because our opponent can't cast or can't draw an extra card here, paying full life, because we do have 2 lethal threats then, unless they have 2 answers for it. Okay, let's say our opponent plays a land and passes. If we attack with both creatures and they play an Ice Fang, I assume we don't really care about it. We just let 1 card trade and then just keep pro up in case of source to pass shares, or do you use it? Do you give protection to the Ice Fang and then make them have the extra removal spell?
Let's draw a card and then not have to worry about it.
Okay, like that.
Easy. To answer your question a little bit better, I guess.
I don't think there's a world where we attack for lethal inclinations.
Yeah, you never attack with the mom here. Yeah. That's just so greedy. Yes, Fang.
And then respond to the draw.
Yep. Trigger on the stack. In case they have force. Nice. I don't actually know. It's a good talking point. If we hadn't drawn the plow there, what's the play? I feel like they're under a lot. Like they don't have a lot of tools to be working with, so I might have aggressively used the mom there. Because if they have a plow, what are they going to plow? Are they going to plow to save their Ice Fang Quaddle, take the 3 damage? They still have to deal with the Mother of Runes.
Yep, very true.
I think I would have activated. Okay, nice.
Really nice. I feel like the game 1 there is pretty huge, even though the boarding doesn't change much.
Yeah, taking the game 1 is huge. So are we assuming BANT Food Chain? Or BANT Fair? There's also a possibility that they're just like fair Green Sun Zenith pile, right? Like,
yeah, which kind of makes it like, is Grafdigger's Cage worth it because we saw Green Sun Zenith?
I err on no. I'm usually a bigger fan of boarding in Priest than Cage just for Green Sun.
Okay.
I don't even know if I would board in Priest here. We saw Uro, right? They pitched an Uro to a Force of Will.
Yeah. I guess Cage does also stop that in a way.
We saw stuff like Prismatic Ending. I'm inclined to think they're more just like a fair Green Sun Zenith pile. I don't think BANT Food Chain would play like main deck Prismatic Ending, right?
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like game 1 they'll just have more combo heavy like strategy, just go for what they want to do, and then if they need something like Prismatic Ending, have it in the board.
They are Yorion decks, so maybe they just do want to load up on like extra plows or whatever. I think until we get more information, I'm happy just boarding the Council's Judgment, boarding out, like a Thalia.
Cool. And then, at least in this game, if there is a third, we can see more of what the deck is. And
if we die to Mist Hollow Griffin into Food Chain, then maybe we think about like.
Don't say it, Sean. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, this is gonna be a mulligan. Okay.
This hand's much better. What are we bottoming here? Kind of like all these cards.
Yeah, it's tough because I really like the 3 lands.
Yeah, the greed plays bottom a land and hope to draw another one in the next 3 turns, right?
Yeah. It might just be the Solitude as we have the Skyclave.
Yeah, I'm thinking this. Yeah, plus the mom makes like the blockers not as relevant. I do like. Yeah, I think bottoming the Solitude's probably fine. We're on a mold of 6, so like the card advantage is more real. The card disadvantage.
Bottom Wasteland.
Bottom Wasteland. Yeah, probably bottom Wasteland before I bottom the Plains there, that's for sure, but... Ooh, Abundant Growth. Yeah, feels a lot like just fair BANT value pile.
At least Spirit's... Yeah. At least Spirit's really good against the, like, Yorion Abundant Growth lines. Yeah. And even, like, Ice Fang lines as well.
Unlucky that Ice Fang gets to flash in and still, like, draw a card through Spirited Labyrinth.
Yeah, it's very true, yeah. Damn. Spirit should have been one-sided.
Or at least stop all draw, like every other draw hoser that gets printed nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the wording on Hull Breacher? Is it if they're a card drawn that isn't like a first for turn?
it's outside of their draw step, like card drawn for turn that isn't the first card they draw for their draw step or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Narset is worded the same way as Spirit, though, except one-sided, obviously.
Mm. Come on, Stoneforge Mystic. Okay.
We take those castable spells on curve-ish. Skyclave, a weird permanent here. Recruit up a Stoneforge or Flicker Wisp or something.
Yeah. Is there a world where if they don't play an island this turn, we Skyclave away the Abundant Growth?
If their mana looks like there's an opening, but I think that's probably very narrow. Looking a little less.
And now we have Charming Prince as well to reset it, which is kind of nice if needed.
Yeah, we could potentially Skyclave another thing. Usually I just expect to get Endurance with whenever my opponent passes with 3 mana. Because it could be Ice Fang, yeah. Only in Legacy can you plow someone's mom and not be offensive. On the contrary, I'm always very offended whenever anyone plows my mom in Magic.
I hate it.
I would much rather that they just continue to live and cause my opponent a bunch of undue grief. So we have this Wasteland, so if they want blue, they have to get non-basic here because they have a Windswept Heath, which is fun. I think I'm just recruitering and holding up the Wasteland, right? And
okay.
Go.
What would we recruit it for?
Maybe just Stoneforge. We have a Wisp already rolled up if we want it.
Yeah. The Ice Fang right now isn't really an issue either with Skyclaves. There's no point like trying to flicker this.
Yeah, we're putting the pressure on him. We could Stoneforge for potentially like sort of Fire and Ice to attack past the Ice Fang Coatl. We'd get Kaldra if we really think this Giver is going to go like the whole distance. I think I just like Stoneforge here.
Yeah, sort of Fire and Ice is pretty appealing because it makes just every single card a pretty big threat, but it also doesn't play too well into Endurance for creatures that aren't already too powered.
Yeah,
like a Recruit of the Guard is
just
just
up to. It's a lot easier for them to answer with like we saw Prismatic Endings, right?
Yeah.
Although notably we could take them off of blue here. They just have to fetch another basic here. Nope, they want their blue mana. Yeah, Wasteland and upkeep if they don't tap it.
Yeah.
Or is Wasteland now because they do tap it.
Yeah. Yeah, Ice Fang a card that I'm happy to play around, but Endurance is a lot harder, especially for D&T. Like usually, you feel pretty good with attacking into an Ice Fang, especially with like Thalia. But then when they play Endurance, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, or even like attack with Flicker Wisp, it's horrible.
Yeah.
There's sword, yeah, Sword of Body in mind. There's a sword for every color now, right? Did they get Hearth and Home, the last one?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think Hearth and Home was the last one.
All right, they got the Prismatic Vista.
So they have mana now. If they didn't have the Prismatic, I might have like Charm Prince the Skyclave and try to keep cutting blue. But I think now we should stop messing with their mana.
Yeah, I guess if you flicker with the if you flicker with the planes as well, they don't get the token off the Skyclave.
Oh, that's true. We could just flicker with the planes and make it fall off if need be. This Uro is. Yeah, I guess this Uro is fine. So we have a couple options here. We could just Flicker Wisp our Recruiter to proactively go get another answer to this Uro. If we are not banking on like Charming Prince the Skyclave to get the job done. But we would probably just end up recruiting another Skyclave since it's like less interesting. It's also a possibility that we can play for drawing a 4th land so we can Charming Prince plus either equip Sword of Fire and Ice or activate Stoneforge Mystic in the same turn.
Yeah. Um, Getting down Fire and Ice is pretty nice.
Yeah, if we just cast the Fire and Ice, it's like the highest upside, I think. Also, if we miss on land, we could still potentially like
Equip and then draw into
attack and then we get 2 draw steps for the land to Prince. This land's worse against Prismatic Ending, but if they Prismatic Ending, they can't Uro, right? No, they could Uro into Prismatic Ending. But they need like 2 lands for that too. It's still not the end of the world. We can just answer the Uro. And we still have Stoneforge. How I felt about Saga and testing? It's a little bit awkward. It has a lot of tension. I've repeated this talking point a lot. It just has tension with a lot of other things going on. Death Taxes. Death Taxes is already just so mana hungry as is, and Yorion even more so. I think it's a powerful card, but I think the list is still a little bit messy. Whereas this list is very, very good.
Needle's interesting. I assume sort of Fire and Ice here, which does mean we get to a situation where we can either flicker Skyclave or just use Flicker Wisp to flicker out the Pissing Needle.
Yeah, we have a lot of options here. Draw land now, we can just like Stoneforge plus Prince. If we don't, we just Prince. We could potentially Wisp too if we want to be more mana efficient about it.
Come on, 2 mana. Okay, not the worst.
Prince plus Mom.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Prince on Skyclave, take out Uro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we got a reader. To be fair, Charming Prince doesn't see too much play outside of like another Uro. It's pretty good.
Yeah, now they get a connection with Uro, but at least we also have Flicker Wisp, so we can still take the Uro off the board. Not in like too much danger.
Do we just take this and just wait for the Mum to be untapped as well? Yeah.
I don't want to open up the Skyclave to getting killed. It's the only way we can kill this Uro. I guess we could Flicker Wisp the Recruiter and go get Solitude, and Solitude pitching our Stoneforge Mystic, but that's horrible.
Probably see Yorion in hand sometime soon.
Yeah,
a lot of targets.
Because they will just draw 4 cards, and we'll probably just get fucking buried into the dirt.
Yeah. Such good value, like just the value of the deck's really good. Like if we're spending like a Source to Plowshares on Icewing or Uro, then they've already drawn a card, which is huge. A lot of their spells are just play a spell, draw a card as well. That's so hard to keep up with the value. We're just sort of 1-for-1. Three cards left, we know none of them.
What is this? What is this even for?
Leovold, Endurance, Grist.
He showed us BANT. Wow, surprise black.
I wonder if they trade off here for the Mum or just hit the Skyclave. Guess I could even sack the Uro if they wanted to. Okay.
Target the Mom. Interesting. Yeah, I think we're pretty far behind in this game. Especially considering this Grist gets to live now.
Yeah.
And they still have Yorion in their pocket.
Big yikes. The toughest part of this matchup is the basics. Like, not really having anything to do other than port sometimes can be tough.
There was, back on like turn 4, there was a comment I almost made of like our mana might be more important than our opponents. But
Yeah, okay.
specifically like when their mana base looked a lot like weaker, when they were like starved for like blue sources and stuff, I was a little bit more interested in doing it, but it was a thought at the back of my mind that
Yeah.
I might not even like want to try to fight over mana and just cast more spells.
Yeah, that's a great point. Sometimes when you have a wasteland and you see the first jewel in the first few turns, you can just like, lights up in your eyes and you just grab it. But yeah, especially for us, like hitting our land drops is also really relevant. And there were turns where we didn't have the 2 mana to cast 2 spells in a turn, which is pretty big.
Yeah, to double spell or work towards this Yorion or something.
Yeah, even like maybe to bait with Stoneforge and then have the Charming Prince back up. That would have been pretty huge if our opponent did force the Stoneforge.
Our opponent seems like a very light black splash, I imagine. It's like BANT plus like a couple of greens and Zenith bullets and probably like 2 black sources or something to fetch 4.
Could try to take out the Ice Fang here with Skyclave and then hit the Grist. Could also just hit the Grist.
I think they only have double green up, so anything the Ice Fang seems like relatively free.
Did you get
to draw their card?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy with this play. Yeah, they tapped kind of weirdly for that. It would have been a little scarier if they were like representing Source to Plowshares or something.
Yeah, definitely. Even just the Snow-Covered Island, Snow-Covered Forest.
Tap Snow-Covered Island, Snow-Covered Forest, leave up one of the Abundant Growth lands, and like suddenly we like have to Skyclave the Grist, right? Because we have to respect Source to Plowshares. Or like another Ice Fang Coatl even, but they just like had green up.
I think they might have brainstormed first and then gristed Noble into the bin. So maybe they needed the double blue and then the black. Yeah.
I'd missed the brainstorm, but yeah, that makes sense. They needed the double blue and black.
At least now, outside of the Abundant Growth, there aren't too many great like bounce effects.
Yeah, we picked off both of the Ice Fix. The Yorion isn't like as backbreaking for us. Well, we're probably not going to Crocus their Yorion.
Definitely
yeah, they're down 2 Ice Fangs. I'm attacking and getting 3rd Ice Fang. Also weird. I think I'd rather trade for an Ice Fang than let them like drawing more cards.
Yeah, that's very true.
On 3 mana, I wouldn't have attacked because like then oh yeah, they're not even blocking. They just want to draw more cards too. I think we're just gonna Hail Mary Stoneforge Cauldron and die, right? They're gonna play a 4/5 that draws 3 cards.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're even using the Caracas.
Yeah, we can't really afford to Crocus it unless we find a Spirit of the Lab. I'm a little concerned that a light black splash means that they might be on like Plague Engineers, but my instinct says that the only black cards they're playing are Green Sun Zenithable. Like, exactly Bristolio.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
And just like a very, very BANT heavy deck. Like, we've seen 0 black cards, right? We've seen a bunch of BANT cards.
Yeah, and Grist is the only Planeswalker we've seen so far.
Yeah. Yeah, they just get to play their giant thing. But sure. Exile our thing and then play their giant thing. Do you want to attack for 1 first? Yeah, I guess it's free. Game 3 here, but they are down on clock.
Which is pretty relevant.
It's gonna take them that long, much longer to kill us anyway.
I like that we're still at 63 cards in the deck. Okay, I guess this means we can hardcast Batterskull.
Yeah.
We're not just dead otherwise.
At some point maybe it was more correct to put Yorion or no, they draw so many cards if we just even like Yorion. I guess we could like put Yorion in our hand and at some point Crocus the Leo, then play our Yorion. Like Skyclave 2 things, Wisp and Illusion that comes back, Recruiter another thing.
Yeah. That's very true.
They have 100 cards in hand now, so our Yorion's probably just never resolving.
I think we just block the Ice Fang here to stop them from having lethal next turn without us. Because they swing for 5, go to 5, and then next turn if we don't get a chance to block, they just have lethal in the air.
I'm fine trading the Flicker Wisp here. It also means that like if they for some reason don't have an answer for this Batterskull, like they can't just leave up a Death Toucher to block it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Greenstone Zenith or something.
2. Scavenging Ooze.
Collector
Oof.
Oof, yeah, and then
Okay.
they're just gonna like double block the Batterskull. Sure, I'm attacking
least-
into them anyway.
Yeah, at least we gain life.
They have to
off
lose
it.
like relatively important things if they want to clear the germ, right? They have to lose like the Leo.
Or they just have Soul Splashes.
Okay,
Ice Fang.
just kill it with an Ice Fang. Well, that means we don't die still. We need to gain 4 life. Buys us like a couple turns more life. Gain 4 life, put Yorion into our hand.
Right, there you are. And then, like, is there any thought of just saving some life total by hitting Yorion with Caracas?
I think if we're playing towards clock is a legitimate out, I think yes. Which might be our line here, honestly, because I think we're 0% to win this game as it sits.
Especially if it's their only attack. Like, they're not even trying to double
Yeah.
with the
I'm happy letting them draw infinity cards. Like, yeah, we're already dead here. They have 7 cards in hand.
Look, decking is definitely an option.
Yeah, maybe they'll draw too many cards, and then we'll deck them with their Leovold. Wait, Leovold's... I always forget Leovold's a May. You don't even have to draw the cards.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, back to basics. That's actually pretty interesting to see.
Yeah,
Does
I mean, I
make
guess
sense?
their deck has a ton of basics.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, Spirit Lab. Well, it's probably gonna die, like everything else, but, you know. We can play it and hope.
I like this. I like this optimism, John. It's been coming out through the stream.
didn't I start that sentence with, well, it's probably going to die?
Yeah. Insurance. Okay.
Alright, resolves. Alright, well, they have an attacker now. I mean, this Leo's kind of been an attacker this whole time. I think we couldn't really block it very profitably, but sure. They just haven't really been offering. Maybe they'll just Yorion their whole board and not have an answer for Spirit.
Maybe like
a Shatter
Knight of
thing?
Autumn?
A Knight of Autumn, maybe? A second Grist, gee.
Oh, because they shuffled it back into the deck with endurance.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's
Very
the same
cool.
Grist. Oh, that's fun.
That is fun.
But yeah, they're trying to kill us now. They've realized what's afoot.
Probably happy just to take this.
Yeah, I'm just taking it. I'm just gonna slam this Yorion, and it's not gonna resolve, and then we're going to die next turn. Maybe? Don't even think they actually have lethal right now. Ooh, a second Crocus. Nice. Buys us even more time.
Oh, they let it resolve.
Resolved. Sick.
I wonder if they have Containment Priest. That would suck.
I'd be kind of surprised if this deck played Containment Priest.
So it's
okay,
there.
we don't get to evening.
Okay.
We can recruit
Solitude? Yeah.
Because we're not dead this turn, probably, maybe. They're just also going to kill the recruiter? Nope. Oh, we can flare our Batter Skull, too. Don't forget to flare the Batter Skull.
Nice.
Important.
I will play the second
Yeah,
Cracks
Solitude
as well.
seems like... and then play... We probably want to play this Caracas.
Yeah. Keep this one.
Yeah, I forgot about the Batter Skull coming back. That means we're, like, very much not dead. They have to work a lot harder just to kill us. I would get a Solitude. It's a little awkward to cast because we only have 4 basics. We might have to tap this Crocus, but... Flare the Sophie too just to send a message. Certainly a plan. Yeah, like currently they don't have any good attacks. They need 2 removal spells to get through.
Hmm. And they only have 6 cards in hand.
Only. As oh, they milled the Shark Typhoon. Nice. That would have been a bad one.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just like a one-of.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird choice given all the other cards in their deck. Yeah, they don't even get to attack here.
Yeah, that's huge.
Their Yorion doesn't really do anything.
I feel like we're not even attacking with the Batterskull here.
Yeah, I'm inclined to attack the Grist with the Yorion. Do we Solitude the bird out of the way? There's no way. There's no way that the Yorion ever gets to connect with this Grist, so I think I'm just gonna attack the...
Grist?
Yeah, I would just send it at Grist.
Oh, Path. Probably should have tried to save it there.
Yeah. Almost definitely, but that's fine. Like I said, we're not winning this game, but our opponent is going to be very hard pressed to win game 3 here.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Endurance is of reach. Solitude.
Oh.
Doesn't do anything. Oof.
Yes. Can't really return and
Yep.
play Solitude, so...
We can't return it at all because it can't activate abilities. I guess
Nice,
we
John.
Solitude the Collector Roof and then activate. But yeah, I don't have enough mana. We did, I don't think we're dead to Alpha Strike unless they also force a will. Yeah, Solitude, the Endurance. Trade with the Leo. Oh no, not trade with the Leo. We want to trade with the 3/3 and Illusion and Caracas the Leo. Oh, we might just be dead. Cast Force. Caracas Leo. Are we dead? We might have another turn.
Yeah, we might be able to block here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're at 2.
Oh, land off the top means we can Keldra.
Yeah, then we'll really show them.
So this is why we want Peacekeeper. I guess Grist gets rid of Peacekeeper, so... But yeah, I wonder if, like, is Peacekeeper an option game 3 because of the clock?
I don't think they're fast enough that I'm willing to bother with that plan. Contract Cataclysm, we die. Cataclysm, we still die. We're at 2 life.
What are your thoughts on Grafdigger's Cage?
Maybe they misclick an insect. Does Grafdigger's Cage doesn't stop Grist, right? Does it?
No, Grafdigger's Cage. Grist is a great way to play around Grafdigger's Cage if you do have Green Suns.
Okay, because I knew it was worded so that it gets through Containment Breach. I just didn't know if it also got through Cage.
I think so.
I'm not interested.
Maybe not, because it's a creature in the library.
The library, right? Yeah. So
I think it actually.
I don't actually know.
We're testing.
I don't think it's worth it, regardless.
Okay, that's fair.
It should stop it, says chat. But Containment Breach definitely isn't worth it, because if they have Greenstone, they can just go get Grist, and then we look like a fool.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm just fine running this back. I think they're very hard pressed to kill us in 5 minutes or whatever, and also I think there's a good chance we just win this game. We just need like a serviceable hand. A little risky, but I would keep this. We Field of Ruin to get white mana eventually if we need it, right?
Yeah, a little bit tough now that Prismatic
Cage
ending
should stop Green Sun for Grist. Neat. I mean, it does make sense. The language is different.
See if they have a Prismatic ending.
Yeah,
I assume if they're fetching straight away.
They're a Prismatic ending deck. Maybe this hand was just bad. But we still have Ports and Field of Ruin. Although they had a ton of basics, we might not be able to target anything with Field of Ruin. Come on, fetch a non-basic. Wow, unlucky. More cards that buy time.
Yeah, that's true.
I think this hand was good for slowing down the game.
Yeah.
No, I kind of forgot about ending when I was keeping the hand, though. It's possible we would want to go to 6 because they just had way too many answers to what we're doing. Oh, nice.
Do you still like double port?
I don't think I'm in the business of plowing this Noble Hierarch. So
okay.
We could Recruiter and no ports, but I'm kind of down to just double port for a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of sit on our hands here. It's a little bit awkward to double port against the person that just played a Mana Dork, obviously, but... Ooh, we can Field of Ruin. Get our second white source if we really, really need it. Oh, never mind. Do you want to fire off Batter Skull here? Is that weird?
Sorry, my headphones just turned off.
Oh.
What was your... Yeah, sorry, what are you thinking here?
How weird is just slamming Batter Skull?
I don't think weird at all.
Definitely not super keen on porting them. This mana up means that we're going to get Ice Fanged or Enduranced. They didn't show us that many actual answers to a Batter Skull. They did show us a Force of Vigor, but other than that, like, there's a chance they just like have to like plow or Prismatic into the Germ or whatever, and we have a Wisp. We can reset the Batter Skull, stuff like that.
Yeah, very true.
Although I guess technically they could ending for 5 if need be. They have abundant growths. Yeah, see? So this is just... lines up very well. Yeah, we don't even have to target their stuff. We just...
have to target ours.
Flicker Wisp our Batter Skull here. We also have a Plow. We probably have to end up plowing this Leo or something. Be sure not to port them.
Yeah. Do you like holding up the mana for return?
I just don't like porting when my opponent has a Leopold in play.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I guess maybe then there's a world where we play Recruiter. Yeah,
I think actually we could actually just like fire off the Plow on the Leo and then port them maybe. Maybe that was the play. Because I think I'm plowing this Leovold. There's a chance you want to port Endurance just because Endurance attacks into this Germ. Because it's a 4/5 with the Noble.
Yep. Return?
There's the figure. Oh yeah, we could just pick it up, huh? They only have an attack for 4. They can't attack with the Leo, or we just block. They put us to 12. We can replay the Batter Skull and still have the port up or the plow up again. Oh yeah, they're getting aggressive. Kind of just want to solitude the endurance now.
Yeah, pitching the.
Oh no, not right now.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. No,
because they have 1 card in hand left. They'll draw a card. Actually, yeah, maybe plow the Leo, then solitude the endurance, and just that's it. Ooh, does that change anything? No, I want to keep the Skyclave for other stuff.
And then to solitude endurance now.
Yeah.
So they tapped out.
Yeah, they did show us back to basics, a card to be conscious of, as much as we can at least. But yeah, now they just have like no pressure. 3 minutes. We're up on cards. We still have like very good cards in our hand. We have a Skyclave, so even if they have like a hard to answer permanent like a Grist.
Yeah, even like Yorion here isn't too great either.
Mm-hmm. Next turn, we have 7 mana. Are they setting up a Yorion? This looks like they might just be like playing draw cards in Yorion. Maybe we want to like Recruiter Spirit?
Yeah, or Palace Jailer? I guess Spirit's pretty good, yeah.
We could recruit Palace Jailer and just try to beat them in the grind plan. We're exiling their flyer, although we don't really have a good answer to Yorion after that, right?
No.
Spirit's a little bit wonky because it's very easily that they could just remove it and then draw 3 cards anyway. So killing the Quaddle's not like unheard of.
What about Solitude?
Solitude's not castable right now, right?
No, but at least we'll have it for our turn. Because this turn we could do something like play Thalia and also port them. Could also attack with our own Solitude to gain some life. I don't think they'll trade knowing that they have the Yorion.
Yeah.
I guess Spirit's actually pretty good, because it does stop all the draw effects.
Only if they don't have a way to kill it, right?
Yeah.
But if they have a way to kill it, also while have a Thalia in place, they might not be able to Yorion that turn either.
Yeah.
I think Spirit plus Thalia is pretty decent here.
Cool. We'll go Thalia first, so they can't counter the Spirit.
Yeah, definitely attacking here. We're happy to trade, get 1 less permanent on the board to draw cards.
Yeah, and 3 life is pretty huge here as well.
Yep. Like, they don't really want us gaining life, but they also don't want to trade that badly.
Interesting.
Nothing.
I think we're just casting
weird.
Batter Skull. It just is going to cost an extra 1.
I think I'm just slamming Batter Skull here. It's just like Force of Will. The positive Thalia made me think that maybe they have Force of Will in hand, so maybe we should have played around.
This is fine because then we get a free attack, right?
Oh yeah, we do just get to punch them for like 6. We still have a Skyclave for something. I'm a little worried that this Yorion could kill us. I guess we could always do our own Yorion too. Sure. Weird that they're like trying to milk this Yorion for more value. I feel like they'd want to be getting a 4/5 draw 2. Oh no, they don't draw 2. Duh, the Spirit. They want to find an answer for Spirit before they Yorion.
What about going after their mana here? It's like Skyclave on Noble, and then we have double port for 2 lands.
I think I'd rather just get Yorion in my hands so we can get this Recruiter going at some point.
Yeah, cool.
Question is, what else do we do? Prelate on 1, maybe? Prelate on any numbers. Kind of weird.
probably pretty happy just
We
passing
could
with
just
double port.
Skyclave, right? If we're planning on playing the Yorion next turn, we could just Skyclave, hit like the Oof.
Yeah.
Or hit the Noble if we want, but
I guess they need an extra mana to cast the Yorion next turn.
if we hit
port
the Noble and port them, maybe.
They're gonna force it. Pitching Brainstorm, sure.
I'm fine with that. The Sanctum Prelate might just end up being get pitched to end step salt, like when we Yorion the Recruiter, get a Solitude and step pitch it. Potentially.
This is fine.
Sure. They gotta play their 4/5, right? Yeah, here it is.
What are your thoughts? I guess it's a little bit awkward. I guess they only have one card in hand, which is nice.
Yeah.
They can't draw off this.
So well here.
Yeah. I was thinking of like maybe tapping down the land in our turn so they can't port, but then you have to do 2 activations because it's a fetch land. Oh, so good.
Never mind. This is everything's great.
Probably just like
Yorion, flicker our Recruiter. I'm 100% happy to just Caracas their Yorion. And we just can go get a Solitude anyway.
Yep. Nice.
Just to make sure that we stay alive. Attack with nothing, because we're just on the defensive. They have 56 seconds.
We're getting Solitude. Where are you? There you are.
Port them, but only once, because we need to Crocus this 4/5.
Yep. The grind is real. Needle, Crackus in response.
Yep.
Nice. Needle probably still just naming.
Name Port, maybe?
Goes
Oh, they
up
have
to
to
Crackus.
name Crocus to try to kill us, but we're just so far ahead.
Happy to take this.
Yep.
Play the prelate for whoa. Might as well just pass back here.
Could like prelate on 5 so we don't get Force of Willed or something.
Yeah, okay. And 2, we still have a heap of mana up. Might as well use the Wasteland here. Then we still have, more than enough.
Port them. Or not. Oh no, we're not porting them, we're solituding them, duh. Yeah. Are you solituding this?
No, yeah, probably just waiting, let's be fair. Because if they cast Yorion, then we can Solitude and then attack for 3.
Yeah. World that maybe we should be trading off our Yorion for their Coatl to not die to like some Exalted Beats. Want to put their own combat. We want to cast the Solitude is why we don't port this turn. We're just making a 3/2. Exiling their thing. We get to go to 9 life.
They're at 2. Might as well attack here with.
I think I'm leaving the Yorion back because I think I want to trade for this Coatl. I think I might have traded for it last turn actually. They have 13 seconds, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, they don't even block. I mean, they needed to block to not lose, but I think they're just dead. Activate Field of Ruin. Field their fetch land.
Yes! Yes! We get to use it.
We did it!
Classic.
Oh.
Nice.
It's not strip mine. They 100 basics.
Nice.
Feel improved useful. Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. Cool to get the trophy.
5-0.
Nice. Whew. A little bit grindy, but really nice. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm not usually a fan of using the clock, but a deck like BANT just grinds so well that it's definitely part of the game.
Yeah, the clock definitely factors into like those very, very slow matchups.
But yeah, deck was sweet. I mean, I think the consistency really showed of having so many 4-drops, which is nice. Or playsets.
Yeah, and so many 4-ofs.
And just like a good range of decks as well. So we played against Blue-White Control, Aluren, Blue-Red Sneak, Goblins, and like BANT Yorion, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we had that game like given like 5 more minutes on each player's clock. I think we both would have played the game slightly differently, and I think we're like fairly ahead. We could have been more aggressive in chipping down their life total, but we were just like weren't attacking for turns on end because we just wanted to make sure our life total was like reasonably high. But we definitely could have like gotten a lot more damage with like a Thalia or something.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not easy for a deck like BANT Yorion to like pivot into a pretty aggressive deck, especially with 5 minutes on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Especially once that clock goes red, I always see it in the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
Just like, yep, gotta make sure every
That's
play
what I was talking about, like right at the beginning of the stream. It's just like a very real thing that this deck just like the blue decks just have to. It's a little bit less true for like the version we were playing against, but a lot of the times the blue decks will just have to take a lot more game actions. They're just like looking at all these cards with like brainstorms and ponders and stuff. They'll just naturally take more time to progress through the game.
Yeah, it's very true. It's just so nice. And Solitude, every game felt so good.
Yeah, Solitude is a huge upgrade to this deck. This deck was playing like 2 or 3 Path to Exiles before. Solitude being a removal spell, but also just like a really good late game like 2-for-1 generator. It's just like you can recruit her for it. You can like pitch your Yorion to it when your Yorion's not useful. You can flicker it with Flicker Whisper Yorion, stuff like that.
It's crazy. You can race as well. I mean, the 6-point swing is just huge. So good. Nice. Well, John, a huge thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure to have you. It was you've definitely been a streamer that I've always watched. So very cool to have you on for a guest stream, and awesome to go 5-0. It's always a nice touch to it.
Yeah, showing up, crushing it. I think this deck is like the best iteration of Death and Taxes there's been in a long time. I've had great results. A lot of people I know that have picked up this deck like have also had great results. Like we just walked in 5-0 to league easy.
Yeah,
maybe not easy, but
yeah, definitely a lot of like hard choices. But I felt like the deck always had at least an answer to think about, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just a case of like, oh, this matchup, okay, we can't really do much other than try to beat down or something.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of matchups that this deck is just like totally in the gutter for. There are definitely a couple, but that's always going to be true.
You can say Doomsday. We can say Doomsday.
I guess the league is done, so I can't jinx it anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, a huge thank you. Where can people find you?
I don't stream very much anymore, but I do stream occasionally over at twitch.tv/XJCloud. More realistically, you can probably find me on Twitter at XJCloud as well. I don't stream as much as I do tweet out like deck lists that I'm having a reasonable success with and stuff. If you ever want to like reach out and chat, you can ping me on like Discord or Twitter. I am one of the mods for the D&T Discord server, so if you have any questions, there are a lot of people in there. Some of them are even helpful.
Nice. Yeah, well, enjoy your weekend. A huge thank you to everyone in stream who came in and watched and chat. Always nice to get some some different views, because obviously even for me with playing like Maverick, it's always nice to get some different thoughts on lines that don't always come straight to mind. And especially with this deck, like having Yorion always there as well, it's always a case that once you get to 3 mana, it's always an option to put it into your hand, which I think is something that I always forget when I'm playing Companions. It's literally just forgetting about Companions. So it was definitely good to have you always think about putting it in hand. All right, I'm going to see who else is streaming. I don't think anyone's playing Legacy. Tough. But Caleb is playing some Vintage Cube, which is pretty sweet. Nice. All right, team. A huge thank you once again. I'll be back maybe tonight. I'm going to actually stream the challenge. I'm going to play some Green White Depths in the challenge, which should be pretty fun. Unfortunately for us, challenges are pretty late. The Saturday ones are at 10 p.m. start, and then the ones on Sunday are like a 1 a.m. Monday start. So if I do get a chance to play the Saturdays, I usually try to. So yeah, I should be back in 11 hours from now. Make that 10 hours. Make that 10 hours. 10 hours from now. Which is cool. But yeah, John, a huge thank you once again.
Had a great time.
Nice.
Let me know anytime you want to fire off some Death and Taxes on stream. I'd be happy to come and guest again. I always love
cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
With other players about the deck.
Nice. All right, man. Take it easy and see you, chat. Enjoy, Caleb.
I mean, we haven't